like a mirror on it.
We are live.
Hey! Comic-Con, Comic-Con! Boo, 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 boo. What is up, everybody?
Alright, first couple minutes here, we're just going to go ahead and alert everybody.
I'm not going to alert anybody because you all should be on right now. What a bunch of jerks. No, I'm just kidding.
But anyway.
Anyway. Look who we got. We got John Comic back. We're trying to make him a permanent... Actually, we are going to make him a permanent picture of the show.
Yeah, like
so welcome, John Comic.
The third official host.
Yes.
The third official host.
John Comic. And we can always change your name. We don't like John Comic. But we love John Comic.
I'll change your name for you.
Whatever you like. I mean,
Okay.
chef. If you could- I mean, not chef from South Park, but like, cause you cook at your job.
I have my job. I kind of do everything, but yeah, I do. Right now, I'm more emphasized on the cooking.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. What do you cook? What's your favorite special?
So I work at Aardvark Beverages.
Drop a little.
I have to, man. Gotta represent.
Gotta represent the job.
So yeah, I work at Aardvark Beverages. It's a coffee bar slash.
Coffee bar.
Yeah, a lot of coffee bars are just that's a thing now,
son?
man. Yeah.
Hey, can we get a little sponsorship from them since we're about coffee? Let's go.
I mean, yeah, I could see so.
Artwork. Hey, if you want
art
Artwork, Fresh Cup of Comics, I'm down. Let's go.
Yeah, so it's a restaurant slash coffee bar for people who need to get their CO2 tanks refilled. We do that. We're probably like the only place in all of Orlando that does it, actually. We also sell kegs that come in all three sizes. Fine selection of craft beer.
So Slim's, Pony Kegs,
Yeah.
and the big boys, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Um,
I used to deliver them, so
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know you know. Yeah, wide selection of kegs, craft beers, your domestic beers, and wine.
Aardvark.
Aardvark, yeah. Aardvark.
Hopefully
Like,
soon to be a sponsor of a Fresh Cup of Comics. Maybe.
yeah, that'd be cool. I'd have to talk to the owner.
Same with Same with what was it, Metro PCS?
Yeah,
right?
Metro
PCS.
PCS.
If you need your phones fixed, go
Yeah,
to
if you
Oviedo
need
Mall.
anything,
Metro
guys.
PCS. Yes.
Metro PCS inside the Oviedo Mall. Ask for Tanya Andrew Miles.
All your needs will be fixed.
By Metro Picks.
Ooh, that was alright.
Hey, see,
That was good. That's good.
Hey, we'll drop some more Jolly Jams in your way here. So.
Gotta get my DJ board real quick.
DJ.
Wicca.
Oh my god. These are like early 90s, honestly.
Hey, I'm all about the 90s.
I went to the hat store the other day.
Hey, don't make fun of my childhood. While you guys were skipping rope and playing Foursquares,
Listen.
I was jamming out to sweet ass music.
Foursquare.
And tetherball, whatever. Hey.
Four Squares. I haven't played that in forever.
I didn't really play it.
I feel the need to play that now. Because that's the one with what? You had to bounce the ball into the other person's square,
Yeah.
and if it bounces out, they're out.
Yeah.
But if they like caught it or threw it back, like you'd be out or something like that.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure what all the rules are.
I was nasty. That's all I gotta say. I don't remember the game, but I remember being good. And
All I know, I was Napoleon Dynamite on the tetherball site. So
Yo, welcome to Fresh Cup of Comics, where we play playground games live on stream.
day, all day, son.
It's annual Foursquare night, so you guys made it just in time.
You know what? Screw Comic-Con. It's Foursquare and tetherball, son. So
Gonna fuck up some Foursquare for you guys.
let's go back in time. What if like the DeLorean pulls up, you jump in the DeLorean, you go back in time just to play Foursquare, and you come back to the future. And
Once
they're
this
like,
baby reaches 4 scores, you're gonna see some serious shit.
good. But the DeLorean, to get back to where it needs to get to, the DeLorean has to hit all 4 squares.
Using the Foursquare pass. That's so bad.
That's awesome.
This is the Foursquare Ambassador.
Marty, we have to hit all 4 squares to get back to the future.
But Doc, I can only count to 3.
That'd be awesome.
Oh god. All right. So
Anyways, all right, back to the show. We got off on a little tangent there.
Hey, Christian Scott says, love the Gladiator Hulk statue.
Thank you.
Boo Boo Bee Boo Small says, looking good, guys.
Thank you, Bee Boo Boo.
Hey,
Bee Boo
thanks,
Small.
guys. These are a collection of statues. We hope you
Yes.
enjoy them.
Well, as you see, the Hulk, because I love the Hulk, is for me. Batman, John's Batman, and Spider-Man for Zach. So yeah, why not?
Oh man.
John, was this planned? Was
No,
this
no,
planned?
no, not at all, not at all.
Planting the seed for
If it was, it was pretty
Officer.
awesomely planned because I love Arkham Batman. So good stuff.
Christian Scott says, are you reading Immortal Hulk by chance?
Yes, I am, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah?
Tell us about it. I love it. So far, well, the first story was great. You learn that Bruce Banner was dead from Hawkeye,
Yeah.
which I never knew, which was
So
blew my mind.
that happened
Crazy.
Civil War 2.
Okay,
The Civil War 2
yeah.
storyline.
so he gets killed by Hawkeye, but somehow he gets brought back to life, and he's in this small town or whatever. And the first story basically goes where this kid, this like young kid or whatever, robs a bunch of guys, or robs a store or something, or robs a bank or whatever.
Okay.
And Bruce Banner comes in because the guy had shot a bunch of people at this convenience store and killed like a little girl and the convenience store clerk. I mean, like maybe a Green Goblin. A little 14-year-old girl got killed and everything, and Bruce found out about it. He was there, I guess, during the time, but he didn't get shot.
Okay.
And no, actually, no, I'm sorry. He did get shot. He did get shot. Reverse that. He did get shot. He died at the convenience store. In the morgue, he wakes up, and he had saw this kid that did it because the kid shot him.
Mm-hmm.
He wakes up in the morgue, goes and finds the kid at this like where he's hiding out with this gang, like biker gang.
Yeah.
Turns into the Immortal Hulk. Demolishes the biker gang. The kid somehow like runs out,
Okay.
and he finds the kid and beats the kid to a like without like I don't even know if he's alive anymore. Like he's he's unconscious. He's dead in the hospital, and that's the story for that. He.
Oh man.
And in the second one, he's walking into a city. He learns that there's gamma radiation from his gravesite,
Okay.
and he learns that this guy, this scientist, that was taking gamma radiation and using it to try to save his son, but it didn't work. His son ended up like getting poisoned and dies. So he buries his son in this gravesite, not realizing he's still affected by the gamma radiation.
Yeah.
And he's affected by the gamma radiation because he was doing tests on himself. So he's hiding up in the mountain, and Bruce Banner finds him and ends up like draining his gamma radiation into himself, turning into the Hulk. And so the next story is going to be like, it's a good book, and like the covers are done by Alex Ross. It's
Sounds
yeah,
different.
it's
I like
pretty
it.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well. Sorry. My phone's messing up. All right. This is the pre-Comic-Con show, guys. We're going to be talking about what we hope to see tomorrow at the DC panel.
Well, we know what we're going to see is Aquaman.
Oh yeah,
And
we're
I'm
definitely hyped for that.
super stoked for that.
And then also some predictions. I mean, like we've heard that they're going to make an announcement at the end, supposedly, for a new movie that we apparently it's not the movie that everybody's expecting, like the Batman or something like that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about what you guys think about all the things that have been announced, what's going to get announced, kind of like what your thoughts are on all this stuff and what you're hoping to see, what you're most excited to see.
I'm definitely excited to see this Aquaman.
Okay.
I can't wait to see the trailer. You said there's is a trailer out tomorrow for Young Justice?
Tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah,
So I
that's
want
right,
to
yeah.
go watch that. We're going to probably hopefully watch that here in a few minutes or whenever.
Yeah.
I'm psyched for that. Because that show was lit. Like, it was on fire when I was watching that
It was
show.
so good.
I love that show.
It's so good.
Remind me like young Teen Titans, you know, the Teen Titans that we know, not Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
But-
like the spiritual successor to Teen
Yeah,
Titans.
yeah. Like when
Yeah.
Teen Titans was done, that was like the next one that started. You know, so
Yeah.
I loved it. How about you, John? Did you see the Titans preview?
No, I have not seen the Titans preview yet. I'm personally, I'm a little worried for that show.
What's got you worried?
So those pictures that they dropped of like all the characters and whatnot, obviously Hawk and Dove look good because you know it's not really hard to mess up. Robin looks good as well. But those few shots of like
the set photos?
yeah, the set photos
Okay,
of Starfire, Raven, and Beast Boy, I'm scared. I'm a tad bit scared.
I want you to see the trailer before I even say what I want to say. But like just the one thing. Did you read anything or see anything?
I mean,
You know anything
Yeah,
about the
and-
trailer?
no, not about the trailer, but I'm pretty caught up about all the information outside of the trailer.
So you know what Robin said about Batman?
No, but I'm pretty sure I could figure it out though. I love Teen Titans and that whole
Dude,
storyline.
that-
If Robin said something about Batman, then it was probably along the lines of like because the whole point of Robin going to Teen Titans is to leave. He doesn't want to be Batman's shadow
Yeah,
anymore.
correct,
He doesn't
correct.
want to be.
So what do you think
Uh,
he would say to Bat? Like he would be angry at Batman?
Yeah,
What would
he'd
he
probably
say?
tell him, I don't know, kick rocks. Like, I don't know.
Kick rocks, Batman.
That's close.
We'll have to show up the trailer.
Yeah,
for sure.
dude. You give me
I'm
goosebumps.
pretty sure he probably just like stood up to Batman and was
Oh
just
no,
like, yo, I'm sick and tired of you, and I'm just kind of like,
there is.
Yo, if Rocksteady shows up and and announces a Superman game,
I'm down. I can't wait to see that. Is that possibly tomorrow or tonight?
I see.
that'd have to be like at
It'd
the
have to be
end
tomorrow.
of DC's
Yeah.
little thing.
Yeah, because it's all Warner Brothers. So
Yeah.
it'd be Warner Brothers
Okay.
games. Yo, if they just showed up and just dropped that, like. But yeah, I'd rather have that than a Superman movie, to be honest. Even though I would love for them to have a Man of Steel
Yeah,
2.
Christian says he wants a Man of Steel too.
I thought Man of Steel 2, but also with the
Who
game,
would-
you get more time with it.
All right,
you know?
so Man of Steel 2. Who would you want as the villain?
Villain? Brainiac.
I do too.
See, that my roommate wants Brainiac as well.
I want to
And-
see it. I know they have Krypton and they have a Brainiac on Krypton.
I want to see how they would do it cinematically.
But I want to see cinematically like what it would look like.
Okay.
You know, because Brainiac's a menacing, evil villain.
I mean, you'd be going from Metallo.
No.
Yeah, that's like a street level.
Yeah, come on. Like
That's-
Superman would punch through his chest and destroy him, and
I mean, he'd have to get past the kryptonite
whatever. Like
portion.
Metallo, come on.
Metallo,
That's a
fun fact, in Batman vs Superman, Metallo was supposed to actually be one of the villains.
yeah,
It
one
was
of the
concept
guys
art.
that he.
Oh, with the where he looks like a transformer.
It was
car?
like, like a mech suit, yeah. Yeah.
Freaking
But
awful.
Metallo was supposed to be a threat in the first one.
What about
in Batman
Bizarro?
vs Superman.
What about
Brainiac?
Bizarro?
It might be a bit too early to do
I was-
Bizarro.
I
I
was
mean,
saying
that
it's a bit-
would be cool, but it's a
Yeah.
bit, it's just
Yeah.
a tad bit early. Brainiac, I feel like would just be redoing Man of Steel. It'd be another invasion movie.
True. True.
'Cause you're-
All right. I'm gonna throw this out there.
Throw it.
Darkseid.
I mean, that's a Justice League thing though, because they're aiming for
But-
Darkseid with Justice.
But why not make
movies.
it? Why not Man of Steel? You have Darkseid come in on that, and then
Yeah.
Justice League is after Man of Steel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It leads
So
up
as
to
a precursor.
correct.
So like they meet. So it'd be kind of like
For-
Infinity War. Darkseid comes
Yeah.
down. Superman gets his.
Superman gets his ass beat.
Yo, just worked.
As you know, like
And then-
Darkseid, like you know, Darkseid.
Yeah.
It's not like
Darkseid leaves, comes back, and then Superman's just like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't do it.
I have one thing about that though. They spent the last couple of movies beating down Superman. This next Man of Steel, they would want him to. They wouldn't want to just like have him lose again. You
I'm
know
not
what I'm saying?
saying lose, but he
Well,
would.
if he won, there
I'll
would
say
be no
that-
dark side.
They're obviously gonna. Well, no, they're. It would be like to the point where he's fighting Darkseid. Darkseid, you know, gets the better of him for a little bit. Superman then eventually comes back, hits him, you know, a few times, whatever it takes. All right?
Mhm.
And it gets to that point where near the end of the movie, that's when they cut it. In the post-credit scene is the Justice League coming in to help him do the rest. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah, like he's in like okay, I can see a good ending, right?
yeah,
He's like up in there, he's fighting. Darkseid's trying to get Booming out of the way or whatever, and he hits him with his
laser eyes.
Yeah, the beams. I completely the Omega beams. That's what it is.
Oh
Omega
yeah,
beams.
Darkseid. He hits him with the
Yeah, he hits him with the Omega beams, and then Superman comes crashing down to the ground, and then
What
as
if-
he's kind of like
What if he crashes down through the Hall of Justice, and that's the first time you see the Hall of Justice, and then you're like, oh shit. And then
Yeah,
all,
but
and all
see,
the Justice League
that'd
guys
be
come in.
that'd be cool, but that'd take away from
Justice League.
that'd take away for how badly Superman would need the other league members. Like if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like he gets hit by the Omega beams and he comes crashing down, and then he's like trying to get back up, and he's kind of a little in pain because Darkseid can go toe to toe with him, kind of, and then you just kind of hear as like the smoke's dissipating and whatnot, you just kind of hear like, you need help, and then it just turns the camera and it's like Wonder Woman, Batman,
Green
just the
Green
Justice
Lantern.
League, and they're just chilling, and he just kind of just looks up at them and then gives a little Superman smirk,
You
and
gotta have that one scene where Flash comes in eating a burrito. He's like, "What did I miss?" It's
then.
like,
Oh, I just made it in time.
Yeah, and then that'd be dope. Like it's
I can see
the
that.
small things that like DC's trying to DC. So Marvel does the big things right. It's the small things that they mess up, whereas DC does the small things, and they're messing up with the big stuff.
Yeah.
Dude.
okay.
And like it's those little inserts that are like really important for that. But I mean, I don't know. Darkseid would be, but then again, you're looking at another invasion film.
However, and Christian Scott brings up a good point. There is a New Gods movie I heard coming out.
Really?
Yeah. So they can incorporate that with the Superman.
I just want to see Darkseid. I want to see him live action. Like I don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but do we?
I do.
All these, they've
Dude, I just want to see the Met.
they haven't been good
But-
with these CGI, like the way that, like,
Yeah, but I want
Steppenwolf didn't look good.
I want to see Omega beams.
Yeah,
I want to see
wanna
the
see
Omega
that too,
beams like zigzagging. And
Yeah.
like, you
What
know,
I'm hoping to see,
and Batman being the only human to ever escape.
what I'm,
Omega beams.
what I'm hoping to see is I'm hoping they elaborate on these small things. Like Wonder Woman has the cheetah, right?
Yeah.
The next Superman movie could have somebody like Lex Luthor, somebody on Earth, right?
I mean, yeah,
we
Lex
have the
Luthor
Flash
would be.
versus the Rogues, not Reverse Flash necessarily, but the Rogues, right?
Mhm.
Focus on the smaller things, and then in retrospect, like in comparison, when you had the Justice League movie and then Darkseid's
Big
coming,
guys, yeah.
it should be
That's
like
how
look,
it
all
should
these
be.
movies we're focusing on small things,
Yeah.
and then this big thing is just coming to
And the
Earth.
Justice League is
Well, yeah, but
called to assemble.
Darkseid doesn't really have a. Does he have like a mothership he comes on? I thought he just
Yeah,
shows.
the world,
I thought
the
he just-
apocalypse.
Yeah, but I thought he just shows up in a wormhole and he just pops out. Of
No.
nowhere.
That's when he does do that, but he actually travels in
Like a giant.
apocalypse.
his-
His like war world.
Oh, but even so, like even if you didn't see this giant thing coming, just seeing like this alien, just like
Yeah.
this giant guy, just like beaming.
Yeah.
Looks like a
In
moon
retrospect,
rock.
like, 'cause
Ferris is-
Darkseid should be like, if they were to do it, he should be about the same size as Thanos, if not bigger.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And like,
And I want to see him just, like on the game, like the Injustice 2 game, where he's just floating and his hands are like this. big
yeah,
like
because
that.
he's a his mannerisms are regal, like he's
Yeah,
kind of a king.
like no one's above him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that would be, and by comparison, because you also, a lot of times with movies, if it's too jokey, you don't get like
Yeah.
like in Thor Ragnarok, you don't get the heaviness
Who-
of the parts because it's too jokey.
Who would you
Yeah,
have
it's a balancing
play,
act.
like do his
Agreed.
voice? Because obviously, I mean, it's not going to
Darkseid?
be. Yeah.
Clancy Brown.
Because it has to be very
That would be my pick.
heavy, like a almost
Yeah,
like
it's
a
deep,
deep voice.
Yeah, like
powerful, booming voice.
the guy that does the voice of Mr. Krabs. You know that guy?
No, really?
from
Yeah.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, well, he's done other things too.
Well, I'm thinking like.
Yeah,
He's
but-
got that deep voice.
What about the guy that was? Remember the guy from Underworld, the black dude that was the werewolf?
Yes.
I'm drawing a
I
blank.
mean, he's a very like
like I know who you're
Small.
talking
Yeah,
about.
but
I'm
like
drawing a blank.
his voice was cool.
Josh Brolin.
Yeah.
Dark Side
We don't want that.
And like I was telling you before, though, Zach, like it's like when you give these guys too many, like if you like for Batman, for instance, like if you take Ben Affleck out of it and you throw another person into Batman, it takes away from that. You know what I mean? Like for instance, like Jared Leto being the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're gonna say Jared Leto's gonna be Morbius. Like who is he, Morbius or the Joker? Like I want one. I don't need two.
I mean, it will.
I know
always,
it's two different. I know it's two different comics.
It'll always become one. One will always be like you can play as many roles as you want.
I know,
one
but
role will solidify you. If it's good, that's your role for life.
Yeah.
So like with whereas now you have, let me think. Who? Chris Evans, who plays Captain America. Chris Evans has been.
Oh, I know. He was
played-
Johnny Storm.
He's played over 15 different comic book characters. Very small roles in different stuff. Scott Pilgrim. He's done like
That was one of my favorite
small,
ones he did.
little small stuff, but he's
Yeah.
played over like 15 different. But Captain America is who you.
Yeah, that's who he
He's
is.
solidified for that.
That's who he is.
that's
Or
his
like,
role.
look at Ryan Reynolds. Started out as Green Lantern, but now he's Deadpool, and he's always should have been Deadpool.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, because he was. What was it? It was Green Lantern, then Wade in X-Men Origins,
yeah.
and then and finally Deadpool.
Yeah.
Let me just say this about Jared
Legit
Leto though. If you look, have you seen Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah.
Okay, his character in that is that character. It's not Jared Leto. It's unrecognizable.
I know, but
if you compare that character to the Joker, he could do the same thing in Morbius, and they would still seem separate, but he'd be the same actor. If he did it well enough, you wouldn't see
That's true.
the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You and
Yeah,
the Joker.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or
Well,
like
my-
separate things.
Well, my thing is like, well, on that case, like a lot of people they think Leonardo DiCaprio, like they think Django Unchained or Titanic or stuff like that. For me personally, it's The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
he
Yeah.
played that
Yeah, that
role
was perfect, yeah.
to like my
Also
God.
featuring Harley Quinn.
Yeah, also featuring her.
You know, they were saying like possibly he was gonna be the Joker at one point.
Yeah, he's been talked to about a bunch of roles, DC and Marvel.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
He's
Not that I couldn't see. I mean, I think Joaquin Phoenix is gonna be
Great.
great. I mean, but from
but
what
it's
you
a standalone.
but what you were talking about today,
Yeah.
it didn't really.
Oh yeah, we should probably touch on that a little
It
bit.
didn't really.
So, a rumor came out
Okay.
that the story is going to follow a guy named Arthur Fleck, who turns into the Joker.
That's ridiculous.
Arthur Fleck, and he's going back home to visit his dying mother. And he's a girl who apparently is like they could. This girl could be played by. This girl could be played by the girl who played Domino in Deadpool 2.
Oh, is that it?
Yes. So I don't know, Arthur Fleck. That's the problem with the
Who
Joker
is that?
origin
Who-
movies.
who
I don't
is
want to
that?
know.
Like,
Well, yeah, but it's I mean,
there's some random guy.
over,
that-
it's a random name. They should just be
What?
Yeah, I saw that.
Arthur Fleck. Affleck.
Arthur
Yeah, that's intentional.
Affleck?
That's probably okay. You know what? I'm starting to think this leak is not much.
Wait,
go on.
what?
So Arthur Fleck. First initial of Arthur is A, so A Fleck.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Oh, so that's so
So I
much
don't-
fucking around.
I don't know. I guess that's too hilarious
It
though
should-
for it not to be.
it should just be Joe Chill. Like if they're gonna do a standalone movie, why not just call him Joe Chill? Because that's somewhat kind of fair, I believe.
See, they could even play around with this, not because they bring him as anybody. Just say like, "Hey boy, come here." Hey sir.
yeah,
no
and
name.
that's what they
No
should
name.
do.
No name.
Honestly,
Yeah,
they should do that.
until eventually you realize, like, wait, they still haven't said what his name is in
Yeah.
the movie, you know? So it kind of starts fucking with you that way.
Yeah.
Ryan says, speaking of Green Lantern, who do you think should play Green Lantern? Honestly, if they do another Green Lantern movie, Hal Jordan should already be a Green Lantern. movie should be about Jon Stewart. Green Lantern.
Already, you know who I want. You know who I
The
want.
the Green Lantern movie is supposed to be, it's supposed to be Lethal Weapon and Top Gun in space.
Like Green Lantern Corps, like buddy cop.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a buddy cop. So, and it's supposed to be Hal and John, which is the two more prominent. Like, you know, you have Hal Jordan. It's gonna bring in Hal Jordan's gonna bring in your older fans, your older demographic, and Jon Stewart's gonna bring in the younger guys. Because we grew up watching Justice League.
Yeah.
And then Hal Jordan, in comic book wise, was the Green Lantern for the older demographic.
To be honest, I didn't even like. As much as I watched Justice League when I was a kid, I thought Green Lantern was only black. I didn't know there was a white. I didn't know there was a white Green Lantern until the movie came out.
A lot of people.
I want Ryan. I want. What's that guy's name?
Kyle?
No.
I want for Jon Stewart. I want
Idris Elba?
Idris Elba.
Yeah,
Idris Elba, yeah.
that's
Idris
what I
Elba. A lot of people want Idris
I want
Elba to
him.
be Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart, and then obviously I'm cool with Armie Hammer if that's who they want to go for Hal Jordan.
Yeah, Armie Hammer's a big dude.
I think that would.
I mean, better Green Lantern than Green Arrow because people want him to play Green Arrow.
No,
and Green Arrow belongs to Charlie Hunnam.
they
Yeah.
have to get
Hands
him. They have to
down.
get him.
And then another fan casting that I saw that would be really cool is Catherine Winnick as Black Canary. You might know her from Vikings. As
Oh,
Lagertha.
yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Smoke. She's smoking hot.
She's, well, I mean, looks wise, she's a dead ringer.
Sorry, Bee Boo. I love you. You're smoking hot to me all the time.
But yeah, in a perfect world where we all got our perfect fan castings, we would get that. But we've got what we got so far with Jason Momoa as Aquaman instead of Lobo, like everybody thought. So, what are you guys looking forward to most with Aquaman? With this trailer coming out tomorrow, it's supposed to be 2 minutes and 30 seconds long. What do you hope to see?
I hope it's fixed. Like I hope it's fixed because Justice League was very interesting. With the whole Aquaman thing, I like Aquaman. I think he's an awesome character, but at the same time, Jason Momoa. No offense to him, because Jason Momoa is a great actor, but I guess more of the writers. Let's say the writers, not Jason Momoa, but the hippie Aquaman, I'm not really too fan of.
You don't like the long hair?
No. I'm okay with that. I don't. It's
his attitude?
his behavior, his characteristics.
Maybe that'll change though in this movie.
Yeah, there's a possibility for that because in this
'Cause he
one
has
they
to-
said it's more he has to.
He has to take on that role of
of king
ruling,
and
ruling
Atlantis. So it might change him.
Yeah.
Justice League, when him and Mara are talking underwater and she has to create an
The
air bubble.
That's not
That has to. Yeah, I know. They said the directors changed. They said the directors were like, yeah, we got rid of that and they're gonna be able to talk underwater. I hope so because that was a big thing for me. And I just want Mara to be shown as the badass that she is.
Yeah.
Mara is really powerful. Like Mara could take a lot of people in the league, especially underwater. Like I didn't like
It's
the
all
way.
all magic.
Yeah, I didn't like the way that Stephen Wolf kind of just moseyed on in to, Atlantis and took the mother box, and Mara didn't really
Do anything.
do anything. Not only that, why didn't they super swim in that whole scene? Like literally just before that, Aquaman just finished his conversation with Batman, and he's super swimming. There was no super swimming in that, unless they slowed it down so we could see how the fight would plan out, which they didn't. But I tried to give y'all credit. It's just not. It's not. It just wasn't like I don't know. But we're not talking about Justice League. We're talking about Aquaman. I'm excited for it. I think it's gonna be good. I can get over my own personal stuff, but it'll be good. I think it'll be good.
I'm looking forward to Black Manta
Boom.
because it looks totally badass from the pictures I've seen. Totally comic accurate, even from the animated show from Young Justice. It looks just like the Young Justice
Yep.
Black Manta.
Well, even like the whole suit though has got this this like shiny black sheen to it.
Yeah,
Like the
it's-
head's not a different color.
It's matted. It's a black matted color.
Yeah,
Where it's not shiny, but it's
like
like
an eggshell.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then it has the red glowing rib cage, the red eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it looks so cool.
Hopefully he has the shoulder rocket too.
Yeah, he does.
And he
I
can
think-
shoot out the lasers out of his eyes.
He's also got these spikes that come out that is like
Yeah,
he's
but he
always
can-
had those.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where he shot needles, like
Yeah.
say like he was
Like a harpoon.
A sea porcupine.
or no, like a manta, or like a manta ray or a stingray,
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it shoots his,
stingray.
yeah.
But what I've read about like people went to the set, the Aquaman set, and like they learned like 50 things that we learned on set, you know. And one of those was that Ocean Master King Orm is just, like being set up to be like the big overarching villain of this movie,
Yeah.
but Black Manta is being set up as a recurring villain in the universe.
Yeah, that would make sense because
So,
you
like,
always
it's
have
I'm
to
telling
have
you, dude. I'm
you
telling
have
you
to
right
have
now.
someone who's underwater.
I'm telling you
street
what's-
level.
All right,
True.
end of Justice League, right? You got a boat with Lex Luthor
Mm-hmm.
and Slade or Deathstroke, right?
Yeah.
What if at the end of this movie, okay, post-credit scene, Black Manta comes up out of the ocean, the boat comes up. Why don't you join our
Why
league,
don't you come join our yacht club?
bro? I will jump out of my seat,
That'd be cool. Like if he was like traveling around the world and
collecting the Legion of Doom. Dude, like that would be like yes.
The main reason that I would go ape shit for that is because I'm really, really scared right now that they're not gonna actually follow
Do a
through
Legion
with
of
that extra scene. Just because.
I mean, they might, I'm hoping that would be cool.
No, yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying is like if it actually happened, that would not only confirm that he's in the Legion, but that they're actually going to do a Legion of Doom. You know, having 2 movies confirm this now,
I mean,
that'd be amazing.
And then I'd feel like really cool because I'd feel like I was a psychic and I predicted.
I don't know if you guys have heard, but WB, the producers, the people who have seen the bits and pieces of the Aquaman movie, have nothing but good things to say about it.
Oh, that's
they
awesome.
said it was amazing.
From the poster, dude, from the poster of Orm, the Ocean Master,
Yeah.
comic accurate. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
the mask, the suit,
I'll tell you what, my favorite.
and that guy that they got playing Ocean Master looks super cool.
The thing that gets me most excited is that it's directed by James Wan,
Yeah.
and who's like, you know, he's famous for his horror. Well, he's gonna bring some of his horror stuff in this. So apparently, it's gonna involve the trenches at one point, and it's gonna. They were comparing the trench scenes to the feeling that people got when they saw the original creature from the Black Lagoon emerge for the first time.
I'm excited for it. Like, I'm excited for this movie. Like, I'm more excited now that we've seen all these posters and all that, and we've seen images and just talking about it. No, I don't think people like Aquaman as much as we like Aquaman.
Yeah, because
They're like, oh, he rides on sea. All right, well,
I mean, like I said, I respect the man. I'm more about, if you know anything about Aquaman, I'm about like Atlantean king magic Aquaman. I'm talking about, you know, the hook hand or the water Atlantean magic hook or the water hand.
what
that
if he gets
has
that in this
when
movie?
he's
What
at
if his hand gets
full
chopped
power.
off and then that happens?
No, I just don't think he's ready for that yet.
The one with the hook, where the hook pop, like he has that chain that pops out.
Yeah, like it's the
Yeah.
golden hook and he can like
That
throw
shit's
it,
dope.
like yank people in and
yeah.
spear him with his trident. Yeah.
so you like
That's
the
stuff.
Aquaman that's taking control of Atlantis, that the
Yeah,
the
the-
assumed responsibility.
Yes, the more he's been ruling for a while.
Yeah.
He's a good, a good king. His people love him. Because you always got to remember with Aquaman, he's a guy in between 2 worlds.
Yeah.
So the Atlanteans love him. The Earth, the above surface dwellers love him.
Yeah.
And he always has to keep that balance. But that's why he's such a good. He's just a really good character because he does what he has
To protect his
to protect
his home.
his home,
Yeah.
but still both of his homes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Atlantis
yeah,
and,
yeah.
and Earth. So he's
Or yeah.
literally the protector of the Earth.
So going from this guy who has so much responsibility to a kid that has no responsibility, but all the power in the world.
Billy Batson?
Billy Batson, Shazam.
Billy Batson.
What do you guys?
I
What do you guys think so far?
I-
What you've seen?
from what I've seen, it looks like a comedy,
Yeah, which it's
which it
gonna
should be.
Yeah,
it
which
probably
it
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they got the right guy for that role, you know, in a way.
Yeah.
So
You
you
know,
guy has the
you know-
attitude for it.
Well, if you look at Chuck, like, if
Yeah, Chuck's a good show.
you know, he was comedic in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They were John Krasinski. Krasinski. I can never pronounce his last name right, and I love that man. I love The
13,
Office.
13 hours guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he Secret Soldiers, man. He
that's gonna be the.
they wanted him. A couple people wanted him to do Shazam because he has that, like, when you watch 13 Hours with the beard,
Yeah.
serious, like, man face. But
Yeah.
when you're watching The Office and he
He
doesn't
looks-
have the
he
beard,
looks
he has a
kinda like
kid,
a-
like he has a child, he's like, and he was like in The Office, he's like the tallest guy there, so he's
Yeah.
he's kind of like a big guy, but he has that childish, immature face.
Whenever
where
he's
it's
like kind
when
of like.
yeah, exactly, like just those look in the cameras he does. Yeah, like that.
yeah.
I could see him as Shazam. Like
True.
when people said that, I was kind of like, oh my god. But now that they're talking about making him Mr. Fantastic,
Yes. dude.
whoa. Yeah, and the Photoshop pictures of him.
I can't wait for that. I hope that happens.
Yeah.
Did you
I
guys
do.
see that Comcast officially bowed out of the bidding war?
Oh
between
yeah,
Disney and Fox?
because they lost.
Yeah.
Disney placed their bid. What was it, like 68
Do you know-
billion?
It was 77
Do you know
billion.
Or is it- yeah,
Do you
and
know
Comcast
what that
put-
means?
There's a possibility you'll see Fantastic Four in like Infinity or like after Infinity Wars. or
Well,
something.
It wouldn't be
the
right
deal
so
would
soon.
it's gonna be it'd be about 2 years for
Like
the
Captain
deal
Mar-
to
like,
take
dude,
over.
It would be like phase 4, I'm thinking.
What are we in now? We're in 3 now, right?
I want
Yeah.
Doctor Doom. Doctor.
Yeah, it'd be the end of phase 4 though, right? Yeah.
It'd be pretty far into phase 4, but I mean,
Yeah.
still, I mean, the possibility's there now.
Yep.
I want Doctor Doom.
But they
so
can
bad.
always. But that's the thing, though. So we don't have, because there's a way to get around that. We don't have to wait the 2 years because Disney, or sorry, Marvel. Let me see. No, not Marvel. Sorry, Fox. Because Fox can do what Sony did and let them borrow the character. We don't have to wait those 2 years.
True.
Fox could just let the same way they did with Spider-Man and let Marvel borrow the character.
Can you imagine?
Fox
Can you
could do that.
imagine? And the next, like, say they're like, oh, we'll let you borrow him for the next Infinity War movie, and they like, and they can
Yeah.
throw scrolls in there and shit.
You know how
dude.
you know how I would love for them to introduce them
The
spontaneously
Fantastic-
without any lead up.
Yeah, any.
It's like when you're watching the movie.
You don't
You
even
mean
know.
just like a
No.
seismic portal event, like where they just like spot landed in the middle and everybody got readings?
You wouldn't know.
Like
no,
Iron
no,
Man's
no,
suit kind of was just like, oh, there was
no, like,
that'd be dope though.
like instead of like, like,
and they all like fly and converge there, and they're just like, yo, who are you guys?
like instead of having like them even telling you about,
Oh, we got Fantastic Four. Get ready for the Fantastic Four. Like you're watching the movie and you're like, you don't expect it,
yeah.
and they just come out of nowhere. You know what I mean?
Like if
Oh.
they're all fighting like some giant thing,
Yeah.
some giant thing,
Galactus.
and they're having trouble with it, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just see fucking this like yellow and black or yellow and blue streak. This fucking Wolverine just like sticks in, and like the rest of the X-Men just kind of like file in,
Yeah.
and it's like they're like
That'd
sitting there
be-
like,
yeah,
what
that'd
the
be-
fuck,
Oh
you know?
my
crazy.
God.
Without,
Well,
without knowing that they're even in the movie.
A friend had said, what if so no spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen Infinity War yet, but if you haven't, what's wrong with
Yeah,
you?
what the
And
hell?
like,
Go
been-
see it. Yeah.
It's about to come out on DVD.
What are you doing here?
If you're watching this show and you haven't seen Infinity War, get the hell out of here. Just kidding.
But
Stay here, please.
it's gonna
stay here. We need you.
it's gonna be, what was I gonna say? So at the end of the Infinity War, at the extra credit scene, the ending credit scene,
Yeah, yeah.
there's that that moment where Nick drops the communicator
Mm.
and it has Captain Marvel's
Yeah,
logo on
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But a friend had said to me, like, wouldn't you have like lost your mind
If it had
if
the
it was the
full-
Fantastic Four logo?
yeah, dude.
And I honestly would have jumped out of my seat and ran. Like I would have,
Yeah.
it would have. I would have gone crazy.
Then
Yeah.
high-fiving
It would have
everybody that's
been,
not in
yo.
the theater.
Yep. I would have lost my mind.
But that's the thing, though, is like that would have been unexpected, and we already know Captain
Yeah.
Marvel's already being shot at the
Yeah.
time.
Well,
you know?
because originally when they were gonna drop that movie, they said that there was gonna be a cameo by somebody. A lot of people thought it was gonna be Daredevil. A lot of people thought it was gonna be Deadpool. A lot of people thought it was gonna be Captain Marvel.
Adam Warlock.
Or Adam Warlock.
Oh, dude.
Yes, but like due to James Gunn and what he said, that was never gonna happen.
Well, now
but-
you talk about James Gunn. Did everybody hear about that? Zach, let's reiterate.
I'm gonna touch on it real quick because I don't want to get too political.
Yeah.
James Gunn is not gonna be making Guardians 3. We don't know who is or if it's even moving forward at this point because of
Some stuff.
Twitter stuff.
Twitter stuff.
he made some controversial tweets about 10, maybe a little less than 10 years ago, and
Yep.
Disney caught wind of it, and
It's-
he's been let go.
So
Yeah.
if you have stuff out there 10 years back, make sure it wasn't anything bad.
Make sure you delete all your controversial stuff right now. 'Cause
I had flip phones 10 years back, so I'm good.
It's crazy that caught up to him. You would have thought. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Did someone like sit there and be like,
Someone had to have just
They're like,
been
"God,
like,
this-
yeah, we're gonna get
guy's-
this guy.
he's making all this fucking money?
Yeah,
Fuck
and just
this guy.
and they were just like, yeah, James Gunn searched him up and just went.
Oh,
through
there
his
it is.
history.
There it is.
Yeah, they had to have because there's no way that just comes out of nowhere.
like you pissed off somebody, like you brushed past somebody when they went an autograph, and they were just
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna
and they were
fucking go
just
home.
like, and it was like the greatest nerd in the world.
Let me see what you did 10 years ago.
It's that one time, man. You don't sign a nerd's like notebook or something. They'll get you.
Send my shoulder group.
Some shoulder groups.
But yeah, so
I mean, Christopher, you're absolutely correct. She did.
that is true.
I mean, that was a bit before my maybe.
I can't see what
Bit
you're
before?
writing, Chris, but I'll say that's.
That
Well,
was
even-
a bit before me, but yeah, I heard about that though.
I mean, more recently, Roseanne. We were just thinking about that. a while
Yeah,
ago. Roseanne.
Roseanne did that. Oh, more recently,
Oh.
Papa John's.
Well, they all must be taking the same Ambien.
It's Ambien. It's the Ambien. It's the
Um,
racist pill.
It's a racist pill.
Papa John's is my now. Was it wrong for me? And it wasn't just like it wasn't me. So was it wrong for me to walk into Papa John's and be like, "Yo, so where's my free pizza?"
Hell
like
no.
I don't like
No.
not
no.
and not just for me,
Did
you know,
you do
for
that?
for everybody. Yeah, me and my friends, we were
Oh my.
a couple
Why
of
did
us.
you not
We
film
went.
that?
We were drinking and we
Why
were
did
like,
you not film it?
I don't know.
Oh
we
my
didn't
God.
think about it. But we
Did
walked
they give you free
in.
pizza?
No, we walked in. We
Oh, yeah,
walked
sorry.
in.
Oh, sorry.
We
They give you like 24 pizzas.
we walked into Papa John's and we were having a good night and you know we messed around. We like to joke. So we walked in there. And I was kind of like, because I had had the same conversation with a friend earlier, and we walk in there, and I go up to the counter. I'm like, so I was told to pick up my free pizza here. And then they kind of just looked at me and was like, excuse me? I was like, yeah, you know what happened. Come on, you don't make me iterate. Like, you watch the news. And then my friends kind of like trail in, and it's just like,
where's the
yo,
free pizza?
Exactly. And one of my friends kind of came in like really all serious, and he was just like, "I came to collect the debt that was owed to all people," and we just started laughing. She panicked. Because she thought we were gonna get like kind of rowdy and stuff
Like
like
a
that.
mob mentality.
We are not like I am not like that.
She's like, hey,
Furthest
Roger,
thing.
hurry,
So-
put him in the oven.
She was
They know our leader has fallen.
Roger. They want just put pepperoni on it. Put pepperoni on it.
So I think at a certain point she did get kind of worried.
Put extra cheese.
So she did get worried, and I think she was gonna call the cops, and now we were just like, nah, we were just playing. We're gonna pay. But it was a good night though. It was hilarious.
Oh my god.
I wish I was there to film it. Oh my god.
Oh man. I've had an interesting week. Yeah, good times.
Oh man. Well, so back to Comic-Con.
Yeah, so Comic-Con, comics, woo!
Oh no.
Off the radiousness.
we definitely went on trail there. So yeah, so we're getting Shazam, we're getting Aquaman. We're gonna talk a little bit about Wonder Woman '84, which with Cheetah.
Yeah, Cheetah.
There's a fourth movie rumored to be announced at the end.
And we'll see what it is.
What do you guys hope it is?
I had heard something about so they're doing, I don't know if you guys know, they're doing Doom Patrol.
They're doing the Doom
TV
Patrol for
yeah,
the
show.
TV show.
Yeah.
So there's Doom Patrol that they're doing for TV, but I heard for the movie they were supposed to be doing I'm drawing a blank on the name, but I don't know. I kind of want I kind of want something different. I kind of want something more low key, if you will. Something
more
yeah,
condensed,
not
smaller.
well, not smaller as in like put spotlight on a different hero or a different group of heroes. Like where like Batman the Outsider was Batman running a team of people that you didn't really know.
Yeah.
Just give a spotlight to some other
The
people.
lesser known.
Yeah, not too. You don't want to go. Obviously, Hollywood's not gonna go too lesser known.
Well, yeah.
But definitely.
I'd like to see what they would
I
do
don't know.
with like a Booster Gold movie.
Well, you see, now that's the thing. We were talking about that. There's people. There's a rumor of a Booster Gold Blue Beetle thing in the works.
Yeah.
I would not want to see any of those.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
You know
What? Why
you know what
not?
I want to see? Legion of fucking Doom, son.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want like, all right, so here it is. They dropped the Aquaman trailer and they're like, all right, here's the last movie the last trailer. They're gonna surprise you. Screen pops on. You see like this swamp, right? You're like, oh shit, is this swamp thing?
Meanwhile,
The Legion of Doom, and this giant bulbous head pops out of the
Pops
swamp,
up out of the
dude.
swamp.
I will freaking lose my mind.
Yeah.
A Legion of Doom movie, man. Come on.
Meanwhile,
Why not Legion
some
of
of my-
Doom, where the
thousands of miles away.
thousands of miles?
We convene here.
Some of my favorite Comic-Con surprises were done in character. So like for instance, Marvel during their panel, the lights went out, right? And when they were mid-sentence, lights went out. Lights came back on, and there was Tom Hiddleston as Loki on the stage, and he was in character talking to the audience.
Oh, that's cool.
Or like with Spider-Man, with the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield showed up dressed as Spider-Man. So I would love for them to be like, okay, well, thanks for watching it. Thanks for that's the end of the panel, the Aquaman trailer. That's the end of the panel, and then kind of like something happens and Lex Luthor walks in with like
Oh,
a couple of
dude.
people,
Oh my god.
and he just kind of like mentions something about how he's like looking for people to recruit, and he just walks off stage. And that's how they announce it.
That'd be cool. With Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex, that'd be really, really cool to do actually, because he was unhinged. Like he was crazy. So
Yeah.
if he was to walk in and be like, "Yeah, I'm looking for people,"
Dude.
and then he kind of like gets like to the fans, and he's just like, "Are you the one I'm looking for? Or maybe it's you picking me." Like he's just like intro,
And then
it'd
he
be-
points way out, and you can't
Yeah.
see the person, but it's like Black Manta or like
Yeah.
it's,
Because like how he
Deathstroke.
how he gave his speeches in Batman vs Superman.
yeah.
Like it'd be like, oh, maybe it's you that I'm looking for, and like some crazy thing.
Where he kind of like
And then-
twitches out.
Yeah, and then that'd be dope.
What about our muggers out
Right.
there? What about you guys? What do you think?
Yeah, what would you like to
what
see?
do you guys want to see? I'm looking at this trailer over here, and it's like I want to watch it. So.
You watch the trailer?
Yeah, I want to see.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and watch the Glass trailer. You guys can't see it.
But pull it up if you can and watch it with us, maybe. you know?
Yeah, just go on. I mean, on YouTube they have the Glass trailer and everything. You can check it out. We're just gonna watch it real quick.
You see our,
give
see
you
our
our
reactions.
thoughts. Yeah. So we're gonna give our thoughts right after we watch this trailer here. It's the first time we're seeing it.
Glass.
No,
No.
it says YouTube's unavailable.
Fuck you.
The view is idle too long. Nope.
Oh,
That's a no go on the
That's,
YouTube.
Hey, the Glass trailer
Yeah,
looked
they're
amazing.
right.
It looks like YouTube.
I don't know, but it definitely would be cool to introduce some other stuff. I want to say Wildcats.
Wildcats?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that DC or is that Marvel?
No, it's
Oh wait, Wildcats is the one with the guy with the red.
Yeah.
And the double guns.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now.
Some.
Kind of looks like a Red Hood. Isn't Red
Yeah.
Hood part of Wildcats?
Yeah, but it's like a cloth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a glove. It's a Griff.
Yes.
Griffin.
Gryffindor.
Grifter, I think it's Grifter. Yeah, Grifter, and he's like my favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite character too, and I can't believe I just forgot his name. He's dope though. He's like a combination of he's a combination of Red Hood, or actually, well, he came first, so Red Hood and like Red Arrow kind of like stem from him. But you can definitely see the Red Hood aspect though, because he's wily, and he just goes on a mission and stuff like that. And he actually has been in like Justice League Unlimited. He was in Flash. He was in Flashpoint.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, like you actually do see him here and there, but it's
Oh man, have you read any of the Flash Wars?
yeah, of course.
What do you think of Part 3?
Ooh, you went specific.
Part 3. I just read
I'm
it.
trying to remember.
Third
All right,
panel,
well,
second page.
Part 3 basically Barry and Wally, sorry, I'm thinking of like someone else. Barry and Wally's running to try to find his kids in the Speed Force.
Yeah.
He's trying to run so fast so he can get his kids out of the Speed Force that they're trapped in. I guess he has 2 kids, Highlight and
It's
Irie or
It's It's
Irie.
no, it might. Yeah, it's Iris and J or
Highlight, right?
Yeah, it's
Anyways.
something like that. Yeah. Drawing a blank.
They're running, dude. They're running like Barry and Wally are running so fast they're shaking the earth.
Oh, nice.
And then in between as they're doing all this, the Justice League is trying to they're trying to stop these guys because they're running so fast, they're destroying things in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And as it's happening, they finally stop. They stop at a point, and they had run so fast that they dragged them all into this where everything was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, they're all standing there. And next thing you know, you see this flash of light, right? And then it's Zoom knocking all the Justice League guys out. And he ends up having one of the original Flash rings with the Flash suit.
Mm-hmm.
And he opens it up and it gets on him, and that pretty much continued. The next comic continues on from there. He's like, I'm ready to fucking take you guys out. And here we go, guys.
Oh, is it actually playing?
Yes. Can you turn it up?
I guess, yeah. Interesting. Okay, so it's on silent.
Oh, that's the chick from American Horror Story. So it's creepy.
Oh, already. See?
The only person to survive that train wreck all those years ago? What do you do? I'm in security. You think you have to? Feeling, vision, have to touch them. You believe you are a protector. My name's Patricia. I have no question. There are 24 identities. I'm Barry Reynolds. See, we almost got you, folks. That live in that body with you.
I never watched Split because it kind of creeped me out. This is my daughter.
The question is your belief that you are something more than human. And yet, it is true.
Oh, this is pretty
Very easily. That is magical breaks in my life. But you have an extraordinary night too. This is not a cartoon. This is the real world. No way. And yet, still don't die with bullets. Some of us can still bend.
Nostradamus.
Yeah, but look, so far it looks pretty cool.
I'm digging it so far.
Yeah, I didn't know they were all mixed together at that point. Like,
I mean, watching Split, you go through the whole movie not realizing it until like the very last scene it shows you.
oh really?
And then that's when you realize, oh, holy shit, it's part of that.
Now, Split
What?
was didn't watch it. I was told the whole entire film.
I've never seen. Cause I like it started.
Like,
It bothered
literally
me.
scene for scene, the whole entire film.
Oh my god.
It bothered me because I have a daughter, obviously. So
Yeah.
it bothered me about the whole, him kidnapping a girl and all that. So that's what bothered me.
Well, spoiler alert. You think it's a horror film. You think it's a movie about being trying to get away from this
Stuff,
guy.
yeah.
You don't realize until the end it's a villain origin story.
I'm gonna have to watch it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
You hear that,
Crazy.
bee boo? If you're on, we have to watch that movie Split. Is Bee Boo
that's because I
still
feel
on?
like a kid on Christmas morning.
How many people do we have on?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I thought it did.
5 watching.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. We
Miles
got 5
on?
people.
Our mothers. Miles, you on, Miles?
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Rest of the show. Villains. Oh, come on.
Sorry.
Never mind.
My internet is awful.
But yeah, but by the time during the movie, like watching through Split,
Yeah.
I had a sick feeling in my stomach. I was like, oh god, like this whole movie, is like it's unsettling. At the very end, when everything kind of like wrapped up, and the way
Yeah,
it did,
yeah,
it
yeah,
kind of like left things off just enough to like make you want more. Like when the movie was done, I was like, that movie was amazing. Like I loved it. I loved it.
I'll have to check it
at
out.
the end, but like halfway through the movie, I was like, I don't know if I want to keep watching this. But just like the way that they did everything, the way that everything kind
That's
of like
cool.
ended up making
That's cool.
sense.
M. Night
at the end.
Shyamalan did that?
Yeah,
I like him. Like a lot of his films are
hit or miss.
hit or miss. Exactly, hit or miss.
And by hit or miss, I mean like it's either a hit
Did
or
you
a
like The
fucking
Village?
miss.
It was. I've watched
love
a
The
lot.
Village.
I've watched a lot of his movies,
And I only love it because of the end part where you're like, holy shit, how they keep this?
What was the one that he did? There was The Village. There was
Lady in the Water, or
Yeah, Lady in yeah,
Lady in the Water, right?
yeah, or water, something like that.
And then
yeah.
they had the alien one.
There was what was the one with did he do? I'm thinking Sixth Sense, but he didn't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, he did
Did he do
Sixth
Sixth
Sense.
Sense? Sixth
Yeah,
Sense.
that was like his flagship movie where everybody was like, oh shit, M. Night Shyamalan just.
Yep, Sixth Sense is the
I figured that out,
only-
like-
only good movie that he did personally.
I remember
Thanks.
watching that the first time and I was like, he's dead. Like the first few minutes, like when he was talking, I was like, that guy's dead.
It's just his movies are so people think he's an amazing director, which I mean he's a good director, but like his movies are I think it's I get them. A couple minutes into the film, I understand what I'm watching
Yeah.
Yeah.
without the twist or the whatever. But like people have to watch the whole movie, get to the twist, and then oh my god,
Well, because we also live
he
in
was a
in
baby inside of another baby's head,
It's-
controlling a baby. Like it,
Like
like
that's amazing. A
Yeah.
baby inside of a baby's head,
yep,
holding a
controlling
baby's head
Yes,
inside of a baby's head.
controlling a baby's head.
Controlling.
Being controlled by the head
Of a baby?
That's the thing with M. Night Shyamalan.
That sounds like an amazing villain.
With these movies and stuff, like
Baby Master.
one of the big complaints about like DC versus Marvel and that whole thing
Yeah.
is like people that like really love like the complex storylines of DC movies think that Marvel movies explain themselves too much because people
Yeah.
I guess need to be told things up
Yeah.
front.
Yeah,
And so I
That's
guess
a thing.
people that watch movies like they guess the twist and everything. The mass market need to be explained.
Yeah, the general audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
their hands need to be
Like,
held.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's
so-
why a lot of people do not like the DC films because DC kind of makes their movies. Yeah, they make them for the general audience, but it's kind of geared more towards the fans.
yeah. To where people who
Whereas-
get what's going on can
yeah,
kind of piece it together.
Whereas Disney. I mean, it's Disney. Their movies are made for children. So as an adult, you can just assume safely that you would understand
Yeah.
the film.
Yeah, can explain everything to you, piece it
Yeah.
together for you. But but yeah, so that's the thing with that's I think that's the reason why I love Split so much is that there was no way that you would end that movie knowing that it was part of the Unbreakable universe until that scene.
I had no idea. That's cool.
There's nothing in the movie that even shows that even tells you.
I was when I got told that last bit that he showed up, and it like because the person who had watched it and who told me about it didn't. I don't know if they ever saw Unbreakable. But when he did that, I was like, well, that's weird for him to just pop up in a film like that. So I searched it up, and that's when I started hearing all this like different stuff about it, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then now with this movie, well, this movie looks really good because now it seems it's all of them together.
Intertwined.
Yeah. So who knows? Maybe there's more people.
Yeah.
Yeah, more superpowers.
Yeah.
You know, something villains.
But if you actually get through, like, if you watch through Split, like
Yeah,
this
I'm
guy's
gonna
got
watch it.
so many personalities. I forget the exact number, but he's got like in the double-digit personalities, and each one is kind of dangerous in its own way. You have like the smaller kid that doesn't know any better, so he'll like if he thinks he's like being threatened or anything, he thinks he's in danger, he'll start screaming for help or something. And then you've got like the motherly type character who will like make you tea and everything, but if you try to get out, like it'll be like, you have to stay.
Oh my god.
You know, like it's
That's
crazy,
creepy.
and then it's all leading up to this one personality that they don't know whether it does or does not exist.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
the Beast, yeah, and it's really really cool because we don't have a villain like that. We have some characters in comics that have split personalities.
Well,
But
yeah,
nothing in
Moon
movies
Knight
like that.
and
I'm gonna have to. Well, Moon Knight. I don't know. Well, I guess it comes down to how you read those comics.
and
but
Sentry, right? Like
Moon Knight's not really a villain, though.
well, he's not a villain,
Yeah.
but Sentry's a
Yeah, Sentry's. Yeah, Sentry's
Crazy
like
too,
stuck in my
right?
head. Yeah. Yeah.
But he
is.
has like super strength, and I
Well,
don't know too much
Sentry-
about him.
Sentry is basically.
Superman,
Yeah, he's Marvel Superman, basically.
but with like psychotic
Yeah.
issues.
I mean, technically it's Hyperion, but yeah, but it's Sentry though.
Oh, so wait, Sentry is Hyperion?
No. So you have the character Sentry, and then you have the character Hyperion. Hyperion would be Marvel Superman,
Yeah.
but it's not though. It's Sentry. Like Sentry, he has an S on his
Yeah,
suit.
yeah,
like
yeah,
he was designed to be
Superman.
Marvel Superman. Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy.
Um,
But now I need to watch Split now.
I know.
Well, now I got to rewatch Unbreakable, and then I'll watch Split,
There you go. Yeah,
and then I'll watch the trailer for this because this YouTube ain't working.
Sorry, guys.
That's cool.
Maybe we can do it on one of our phones too, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, though. Is like, I think that's why I love Split so much. Is just because it was marketed as a horror movie, and when you're watching it, you think you're watching a horror movie, and you don't realize until the very end that it's a superhero, supervillain story.
That's awesome. Now I want to go
Never
run
been
out.
done, like-
I want to leave. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna watch it with my wife. That sounds awesome.
But yeah,
I love movies like
imagine
that.
you're watching a horror movie about this guy that like kidnaps somebody and like is trying to like break him and stuff, and you realize it's a Joker movie at the end. It's the same.
I love movies like that.
It's the same kind of
great.
concept,
So
you know what I'm
great.
saying? Like,
yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's interesting, this glass, the fact that it's come to fruition the way it did. It's really interesting. I don't know if they're gonna keep this universe going to keep building it, or if it's gonna be like a trilogy. You know?
I guess we'll see.
But we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glass. I really wish Marvel was doing stuff for Comic-Con this year, like Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I guess next year.
But you know, like,
Yeah, well, yeah, they're busy this year.
but it's
so-
kind of nice they're not, because it gives DC a spotlight. You know, like hopefully
Yeah.
they can
They can kill it. They can
kill
crush
it with it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aquaman might be their, you know, the movie to hopefully push DC the right way. You know.
Yeah, and it's funny because
Yeah.
we have these 3 movies that they already have like confirmed for Comic-Con, right? Wonder Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman. We keep I don't know about you guys. I keep forgetting that we also have Birds of Prey,
Yeah.
Suicide Squad 2.
Yep.
We have 2 Joker movies in the works.
Yep. The
We
Harley
have,
Quinn.
we have
Wait, who was the we were talking about earlier this week? Who's the bad guy that Suicide Squad's going after? Amazo.
Amazo, apparently, is the rumor.
Who the? It was Amazo,
No,
John.
you watched Young Justice.
I know. Is that? I'm thinking. Is that the guy that does?
He's basically a mech.
He has
he's,
different abilities, right?
He steals the
He-
abilities
he's-
of
so he
whoever he sees.
He could be like Superman.
Yeah.
If he basically gets Superman's powers.
If he sees it's Superman.
you don't want him seeing Superman because
Yeah,
he's that's
Superman.
it.
Yeah, exactly. If he sees Superman's usage of his powers, he copies it, scans it, and
Okay, that's.
and then
I was
he
thinking it was
can
someone
do
else for some reason in my
Yeah.
mind. All right, so
But
okay.
he also
Okay.
gets their weaknesses as well.
That might be pretty cool because if you think of all the abilities that the Suicide Squad has, he can take those abilities.
Well, apparently, the reason that they're trying to go for someone more like that is they're trying to steer away from characters that have magic or witchcraft, like they did with Enchantress in the first one.
Well, the
They
problem
think
with
was a
it,
mistake. Yeah.
the problem they did with Enchantress, my problem with Enchantress was, I want to see Enchantress as a witch, not a Aztec witch doing the shimmer and shake.
I was doing the
Yeah,
doing the
like,
50s
I
beach
wanna
dance.
like Justice League Dark, New 52, Justice League Dark, where she has the hood, she looks creepy as hell, like she looks like a witch. I mean, she's a witch
Yeah.
with superpowers. I mean, like
Yeah.
I want to see that. I don't want to see an Aztec.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it was a change.
Yeah. I mean,
sure.
what I like Suicide Squad for what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hate it. It just
Yeah,
They
the
could've-
beginning, up until the last part of the movie.
yeah, they
it
could
was
have changed.
good.
They could have
Yeah.
changed a few things from that part, like
Yeah,
the
the moment
Az-
it's
the Aztec stuff.
it's the moment they got to the city, really.
Yeah.
Like it was the moment that give or take.
With the helicopter crash.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then they took what's her name?
Amanda Waller.
Yeah, Amanda Waller. Yeah, it's probably that right
Which that Amanda, the chick they got playing Amanda Waller, they better keep.
there. Well, actually, no. I'd even go a little more beyond that. I'd say up until up until when they meet Enchantress at the end of the
It was
movie.
good.
And they have a 5-minute slow-mo scene of
Everyone.
throwing a gun and then
Yeah, and Harley
Will Smith
and
thinking-
Will Smith's captain is just like
I feel like the
up
scene would
into
have I feel like the scene would have had more of an impact if it was
Come on,
super
guys, let's
quick.
do it in sequence.
But yeah, if they did it real quick, so it was like they passed it and then they throw it, and before Enchantress even has like a moment to like compose himself to catch it or whatever, Deadshot's already shot it, like because he's like super amazing and quick with his.
yeah.
It's not like a slow mo like, do it for me, Dad. You know. But
Well, it's Will Smith, you know.
No,
Like,
they gotta show that emotion.
man, true. But I mean, like they could have just even like instead of making it slow mo, they could have just like cut away to where everything was black and it was just him and his daughter, and it's just like do it for me, and he's like, I'm doing it for me, and then all of a sudden, you know, just like something quick because it was just dragged on, it was dragged out. But even like the director David Ayer, like when asked about it, he was like, it was definitely a mistake not making the Joker the main villain of the movie. Like using Enchantress as the main villain, he regrets it. He wishes he would have
Well,
written the
Enchantress
Joker
was-
as the main villain.
she was supposed to be part of the Suicide Squad, not the main
Yeah.
villain, but hey,
Yeah.
you know what you can do.
But Suicide Squad 2 coming out, and then also Nightwing, the movie, is also being worked on, and Flash, and Green Lantern Corps.
Yep.
Actually, I think before you even decide to leave this place, you need to watch the Titans trailer. on one
You
of
can
our
see
phones.
the excitement in his eyes.
I
Oh,
just,
man. I'll follow it up.
you have to see it because I want to see your reaction to what Robin says.
I mean, but like I said, if it follows the comics and stuff, I'm pretty sure I have a good idea.
Because you two are the big Titan fans. As you can see, Zach's wearing his Titan shirt.
I love Teen Titans.
Lovely. But these aren't the Teen Titans. These are just.
Did you ever get the statues you wanted to get?
All the old school ones?
No, the ones you well.
Yeah, they haven't came out. Not all of them have came out yet though.
Alright.
But yeah,
All right, John's gonna watch. Let's see what his reaction is.
Everything but me here. You're the one in the circus.
I wasn't excited for this show until I saw this preview.
Please, can you help me?
Oh! That's my favorite.
Sometimes when I fit in the darkness, it feels
What's the show Beast Boy turning into an animal?
I used to think that. I was wrong.
It's a lot of screaming.
Screams. Screams. Death.
It looks good.
Cool. It does. I mean, I'm excited for it. It's jarring, the tone shift from what I expected.
Yes.
But the fact that we're getting a Titans, I'm excited to see where it goes.
Fuck Batman.
Because it could start, for all we know, it could start off dark and then grow into the Titans that we know. You know.
Sorry, Batman. We'll go
Truth.
after. As Robin would say.
I love our thumbnails. Great. Alright. But yeah. So, any critiques?
The
The
Titans
Titans trailer,
trailer, I think we-
yeah.
Like I said, it looks good. That's pretty much all I can say about it.
Yeah.
Looks like there'll be a lot of yelling.
A lot of inner demons.
Yeah.
And
Trigon.
apparently supposed to be in it.
Yes. Which I hope he is.
But-
And I hope he's like Trigon, not like some human from the form.
Dove looked good.
Yeah. Very quick shots.
You
of
couldn't
her.
see Hawk,
Dove
though.
looked good.
You
Yeah,
could see Hawk a little bit, but you
Like
couldn't
one
see.
shot.
I
Yeah.
wanted to see like the red con, like what his costume was.
But that's the thing is
Dove,
like,
Dove looks good, and Nightwing or Robin looks good.
yeah.
So
Do you like? Are you offended what he said about Batman?
no, no, no.
Okay, cool.
No, like I said, I
'Cause there's
knew,
a lot of people that
I knew.
a lot of people out there in the internet world here are pretty pissed about. this
Really?
shit. Yeah.
People are calling this like complete garbage, like trash, like a trash show. No thanks, not for me. Fuck this show. Fuck DC.
But that's because of what Robin said.
Not because of just some of the.
Well, because the
content.
show does not, like on the outside, especially because those pictures got dropped. The show does not look good, in my honest opinion. But I'm still gonna watch it because I'm a huge Nightwing fan.
Yeah.
And this is that tipping point where he becomes Nightwing.
Nightwing, right?
yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna watch the show.
Just I wasn't excited for it from the same thing for the pictures, and when I saw the preview and after you said F Batman, I'm like, oh man, this is pretty dark right here.
That's what got you. Was that one line?
Yeah, dude. Like no, just him killing guys and like
Stepping on the guy's jaw and
Yeah,
breaking his
and-
neck.
like I was like, man, this is dark. This is no CW, dude. Like this is like
Yeah.
this is legit.
With DC's live stream, they can do a lot more.
Exactly. Like it could be dark.
Stuff, yeah.
Well, they're already planning like this is part of a shared universe on this live on this streaming service
Mhm.
because they've already got an episode. Like the episode titles have come out. There's one episode called Jason Todd, and then there's another episode called Doom Patrol, which they're already making the Doom Patrol series.
So we're gonna
I guess
have Red
we're
Hood.
gonna have
We're gonna have possibly Red Hood.
we're gonna have Jason Todd. I don't know. Well, just because he's still in the process of becoming Nightwing, I don't know how.
So
you
that's
know, I don't know
Jason
what
Todd right there?
I don't
That's
know what
not-
the timeline. No, that's Dick Grayson.
Okay.
because you can see the death of the flying,
Yeah,
flying
yeah,
races
yeah.
and everything. But because he's just left being Batman's sidekick,
Yeah.
I don't think that we're gonna already have a Red Hood
No, we can't.
unless they're just like
The
deviating from
second-
storyline.
This. Well, no.
He can't handle all these timelines.
Hulk is excited.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, we probably won't have a Red Hood, but we'll probably have a Jason about to be Robin or something like that.
yeah. Which I mean, that'd be kind of cool. Like if you see like little Jason, like trying to steal the wheels off the Batmobile, you know, like
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
it'd be cool.
Jason Todd.
But I mean, like I got excited at first, but then I was like, I started thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, we don't even have Nightwing yet.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's still
it
like,
wouldn't make sense to have Red Hood before Nightwing.
but for what it is, for what the preview, I don't think all these people are shitting on it. I think it looks pretty cool.
It's not that bad. Like
No.
it's better than what I've seen on CW.
It's better than the pictures that we saw, you know, that we
Yeah.
originally saw. So
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll just have to wait and see.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. One thing I will say about the trailer though, it's all single shots of the single characters, but no team up scenes. I feel like this is all from just the pilot episode. Just this trailer.
Yeah, and then
Probably.
yeah.
Just because it all seems
So
like
maybe,
it's all
maybe
at
it'll
night.
be maybe it'll be dark in the beginning, and then it'll lighten up later on.
That-
As
that
they-
teaser
as they
trailer?
team up. Yeah.
Yeah, that was just the first
Yeah,
teaser.
Okay.
Yeah, but like all the shots are at night. They're all separate locations, separate like scenes, you know. But there's no like the only time we got a Titan talking to another Titan was Raven to
Yeah.
Dick Grayson. But we haven't had a full on. I feel like they might be doing one of those things where like they're all going through their own personal demons, but when they come together, they kind of sort each other out, you know. So maybe
Yeah,
they're
that's
trying to
true.
go for that kind of like it's dark in the beginning, but that's where they need each other type deal.
to come together to be, and then it lightens up.
That's what I like to
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
Mm.
I can see that.
That's what I'm hoping
I can see
for.
that.
Because if they just keep this dark theme throughout, they're all just like, I'm so depressed to be in this team.
No.
You know, like, fuck you guys, fuck Batman. You know, but I'm hoping that it's just dark right now because they're trying to find themselves. You know?
True. Yeah. True.
So, but it does make me wonder how Doom Patrol is gonna look.
I think Doom,
You know.
like, I mean, I don't know much about Doom Patrol,
Mhm.
but if that's where we're headed with this DC streaming universe, like, I'm down. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like, that's what you want to see. I'm sick of these lighthearted shows. Like, you know, CW. I'm not downing some of the CW shows, but
Yeah.
It's-
Let's talk about that
dude,
for a
it's
bit.
DC. It's dark.
Yeah.
They're not about being.
Yeah, but that's more recently though. That's ever since.
But that are
That's ever
DC.
since Man of Steel. That ever
But I'm
since Man of
saying-
Steel came out, that's the direction that they said they wanted to go.
But I'm saying like DC Comics is for dark comics. It's not, or it's Detective Comics. But you know, like they're more that
Like
darker.
Synonymous with that.
Yeah, they're more. Their
And that-
storylines are more.
And that's why I went that when I went back and like what got me back into reading comics is reading DC. I didn't read Marvel. And nothing against Marvel. I read Marvel now, but I read Batman stuff because it was interesting. You know, it's dark. The stories are more interesting to me because you're like, he's trying to find out who the bad guy is, and you never know who it is. You know,
It
it's
just feels edgier.
yeah, it's edgy, it's dark, it's
Yeah.
crazy. You know,
Mhm.
that's how I got back into comics.
That
You know,
works.
with the Green Arrow, same with the Green Arrow. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
his
Quiver
stories.
was definitely
Oh
a
my
good
God.
storyline to
Oh, guys,
get back into.
You got some stuff from Christian Scott.
Christian
You wanna read that?
Venom trailer was shown at the Sony panel. We'll probably get it released next week. Venom will fight Riot from the comics. Carnage may or may not be in it. Yeah, there's that huge rumor that Carnage is probably going to be in the movie.
did you see that picture someone put on online where they zoomed in on Venom's eye
Oh yeah,
and it
the
shows
three little lights.
and they're like, ooh, it's Carnage. I'm like,
Why would his teeth glow as bright as his eyes?
I'm like, it could have been like a motorcycle light.
Well, it's kind of a bummer. They showed the trailer at the panel, but they might not release it for another week.
I mean, they do that though.
Yeah.
They do those exclusive
And
trailers.
who
for
did he
people
say
who
there?
attend the
Who
film.
did he say he's fighting?
Right.
Riot.
Riot. He was Riot.
I'm not sure.
Give me a second.
Let's talk to John. Cummings.
You gotta give me a second.
Our encyclopedia right
It has
here.
been a while. Long day, guys.
Well, you need a beer.
Right.
But you don't want.
Beer. Give me a second.
Let's look it up.
Yep. Let me see what his design looks like, and then from there I'll probably remember.
Also, guys, I wanted to ask, since you guys are on, there's 5 of you. Is it 5? 5 people on?
Let's check here.
Oh, he's finding Riot. Yeah, Riot's one of the
7.
symbiotes. Riot's one of the other symbiotes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the yellow symbiote?
No.
Green?
That's the yellow one was Carl Mack, but he's another like blackish purple.
Gotcha.
Okay. I wanted to ask, guys, your personal opinion.
The weekly spill that I do with the comics and stuff. Do you even like it? Because I want to revamp it a little bit. Give me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you like the silliness, or if you want me to go a different way, let me know. Because I'm in left field right now, trying to figure out what I want to do with it. So I wanted to throw that out there to you guys. So me and Zach are talking about different ideas for it. So, but I want to keep it up. I definitely like the comic stuff, but I feel like I'm giving you guys way too many comics to try to go out and read. So I might just pick the comics I read, or pick a few and just talk about the stories and go with that. So, but if you have anything you want to throw out there at me and let me know if you don't like it, then I'll figure something else out. So,
There's that.
I don't know if John likes it. But
I like it.
No said.
If you don't like it, I'm not gonna be mad.
Oh no, I do like it though. Like I said, I'm still very much so honored and excited to be doing the show with you guys.
Yeah, but you know,
Likewise.
yeah. I mean, seriously,
Definitely.
like you were like
when me and Zach talked about it, I was like, I want to get John on there because he's very knowledgeable about comics that
Yeah.
maybe we're not knowledgeable about. And I think that would be key to have you on. You know, I didn't know if you'd want to be on all the time or, you know, just like once in a while. And if we can get you every Friday,
I mean, yeah, if I can come every Friday, I'll come every Friday. I don't
you
see
know,
why not.
if there's times you can't, you know, you let me know. But,
Yeah.
you know, and, you know, obviously me and Zach will continue the show on.
Yeah.
But, you know, there could be times Zach can't be here for some reason and you show up and me and you do the show or something, you know?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out from there. But, you know, me and Zach are trying to make, you know, we want to make this a successful thing. We want to continue this on and try to make it our full-time job eventually.
Yeah.
So
That's the goal.
that, you know, he just started doing the weekly spill, which is awesome. I
The
think.
daily sip.
Or sorry, I'm doing the weekly spill. I always do that, the daily sip, and it's super awesome. You know, but I feel like people are more interested in
News.
comic news, like comic movies and news,
Yeah.
over comic books, because they, also, you know, they're not like me and you. We go to the comic store, we buy the comics.
Yeah.
Zach buys comics too, and we all read them and stuff. But I think sometimes, I'm not saying you guys don't do that either, but I just want to make it interesting. You know, like I want to do like a good job telling them about comics I read. I want them to be excited as I am when I get these comics, because you know how I was. When
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, look at this cover, or
Yeah.
this story was badass. You know?
Collecting and reading comics is
So,
very.
If you guys have, I mean,
Thing.
seriously,
Mhm.
send me comments on Facebook or Instagram or even on here right now. If you have any ideas or whatever you'd like me to cover, let me know, and I'll try to work that out. So
Yeah, for sure.
as I spill beer on myself. I'll do that if you want me to. I'll spill beer on myself.
Whoa. So yeah. Recently,
Yes.
there's a rumor that was going around that the Penguin could be the main villain in the standalone Batman movie that Matt Reeves is directing. Matt Reeves is the director of.
Yeah. Oh, John doesn't like that. John.
No, it's not. I know it's not
We've
that I
already
don't
seen
like
it.
it. It's
We've
we've
already
seen it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I just want.
Who would you pick for a villain? I mean, we know Deathstroke.
Oh no, I told you, Thomas Wayne from Flashpoint. I wanted to see Batman have
First
to
Batman?
go against but his dad, an
Yeah,
evil version of his dad, and he has to take his dad out. Yeah, that would be the most.
Which, alright.
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
Alright, so you read the Batman Wedding,
Yeah,
and you saw Flashpoint Batman in
yeah,
the end scene, right?
yeah.
Which kind of threw me off, because I always thought Flashpoint Batman was a good guy.
Thomas Wayne is he.
So why would he be why
falls-
would he be in that gang of
He
villains?
falls because he falls more of as an anti-hero. Because like he's a good guy, like he saves people, but he kills people.
But why would he want to? If Batman's his son, and you from Flashpoint, I remember from Flashpoint, he was trying to help his son at one point, right?
Well, no, he's trying to help Barry.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's right. He was trying to help Barry,
Yeah.
and he gave him the letter to give.
Yeah,
to
to
Bruce.
give to Bruce.
That's
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, because that book really threw me through a loop.
It's like I said, Tom King's. He has plans to write like 100 issues.
Well, I know, but
like
it's good. Like
it won't come full circle till the end.
the first two issues, or the first two before that were.
48, 49. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
like Joker sitting there with the gun in Catwoman's face,
Yeah.
and I was like,
It was a really good.
it was so good.
The
man.
last few issues of Batman have been
so good.
amazing.
Tom King, dude, you got? I don't know. Have you read any of those?
Hmm.
The Tom
Batman?
King, the Batmans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty good.
Did you read The Wedding?
I read some of it.
Okay.
Some of it. And then I got a little highlight thing on Instagram for the most recent one, where they both jump off the rooftop.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all you know. You're like, what the fuck? And then you see it was the blonde chick that was Harley Quinn, I'm guessing, right? That was helping her with the dress and all that shit.
No.
Who was
no.
that?
That's
Was that one, or is that
her
the other?
her bridesmaids were Harley, Poison Ivy,
No, but like in
Lois.
the I know that, but
Yeah.
in the
But you're talking about the bridesmaid who's trying to help her with her dress, right?
yeah.
Yeah. No. That's an older Catwoman character that they brought
For
back
that,
for
I
for
thought that was Harley the whole time.
That's
for some reason.
no.
Because
That was
remember at the end of that, they're like, Bane is like, I guess Bane's the leader of all this or whatever. He's sitting on top of these like all these skulls, right?
yeah, because you got to look at the like. So when you're looking at
And he's like, "Oh, did you break Batman?" And she's like, "I think I did." I gotta remember word by word, but I think so.
you're talking about this, yeah. So like when you're looking at, you're talking about her.
Yeah, but,
Yeah, that's.
But is this from
It's a variant.
Oh, that's the variant
Yeah,
cover.
for issue
Okay,
50,
but
yeah.
they didn't show that for issue 50 of all the girls.
No, this is because this was an exclusive variant cover.
No, I know, but in the book itself,
Oh.
when you're reading, you don't see all the girls.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'd have to go through it again, but yeah, that's an older Catwoman character.
Was
that
that
is,
is that one of her that that chick in the from Batman
Year one.
not year one, but from the chick in the Kristen Bell movie the last Batman movie they did with Kristen Bell,
Okay.
the blonde chick that she was having help her steal stuff.
Yeah, that's basically.
That's her, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
thought. Okay.
I don't remember her name right now.
So basically, like, Batman wrote a letter for Catwoman. Catwoman wrote a letter for Batman. Is that-
Yeah, she did.
But I didn't read that issue of Catwoman. So was it? Does it explain anything?
No, I haven't read Catwoman issue 1 either.
Okay.
Because
I gotta read that.
I got the covers because they were amazing.
Yeah, the variants.
Yeah.
Is that the?
Well, the main cover and the variant cover. The variant cover was done by Stanley Archer Lau.
Yeah. Dude, it's cool, dude.
I love
She's
Archer.
like against this like
Everything about that man's artwork is it's just it's so good.
Think about it,
so
like,
good.
It looks like a brick building behind her, and
Uh-huh.
she's in her classic,
Yeah, old school.
old
black
school
leather.
with the
like
goggles.
the Michelle Pfeiffer
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I'll show it to you. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so did you guys hear about Tom King after they released that issue?
No, I haven't.
No.
So fans were so upset that they just left it off with them jumping off the roof. that he started actually getting hate mail and death threats.
Really?
To the point where he's at Comic-Con right now. He was assigned a bodyguard just in case somebody might actually act on those death
Oh my
threats.
god.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was,
That's this
Yo.
it's cool, right?
one. Yeah. Archer.
Does he have any more of those at Epic? Or did he sell out of
I don't know.
I know he got.
And he probably, because I know, yeah, he got more in. He said, but more
Also,
than
guys,
likely, he
If you're looking for,
probably-
if you're in the area and you're looking
Yeah,
for an
that's a
awesome
better-
comic book
better
store, I know
That's cool.
he
That
doesn't look.
dude.
I know he doesn't look for the advertisement, but go check out Epic Comics, guys. It's a super cool comic
Archer?
store.
Stanley Archer.
Archer.
Yeah,
Archer.
Yeah, Archer. Because his art is contagious.
And then show him the. Can you pull up the cover that Jim Lee did with 50?
Oh, the In the Rain.
Yeah, I didn't get it because I wanted just the cover of them.
Oh yeah, that's the one that ran. They should have just kept it black and white.
Yeah, see, I like that one. But,
Oh yeah, the main one.
yeah, I like the main one. But this one.
Yeah, that was a little bit better. I guess
Oh,
not.
I think that's one. Excuse me. That's a Jim Lee one.
Oh wow. That's cool.
But originally, like when they were showing it to us, it wasn't done. He hadn't inked it, colored it yet, so it was just in black and white, and it's beautiful in black and white. That's how it should have been. It should have came out. But the only way you could get the black and white one is if you ordered like so ever many. Like it was rare, but I got one. I ordered so many Batman issue 50 variants, like it wasn't even funny.
Really, from
Yeah.
Epic?
No, from no, because
Offline and stuff?
yeah, online. Yeah, you had to go through arm and a leg, man, which is fine. It's worth
Which,
it.
when John worked at Hudson, he went from arm and a leg for me to get certain things for me, man.
Nah, man. I mean, I helped
He-
out. Yeah.
There was a Dead Man. Oh, man. That's one of my favorite Dead Man issues you got me. The first when it came out, the 6-minute issue. It's a glow in the dark cover.
Yeah. That was
So
done by
cool.
Neil Adams.
And Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Or Jack,
Well,
was it Jack Kirby?
Neil Adams?
No, Neil Adams, it was
Yeah,
Neil
'cause
Adams,
Neil
yes.
Adams. He wrote it and drew it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
That's what took him so long to finish the
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
But Neil Adams is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I was
just
hoping to see him at
OG
MegaCon. man.
OG Batman, like that guy.
And like
been
showing
Batman
like,
forever.
did you ever look through the covers of all those, or
Or
like all the?
yeah, I
how-
flipped through.
how
I kind
his-
of read it.
His artwork was like,
Yeah.
oh, so it's beautiful.
Neil Adams is an amazing artist, man.
See, guys, and that's the cool thing about comic books is, you know, if you guys are going out and, or if you're going and buying them online and reading them on your phone, that's cool. At least you're reading something. But going to a store and grabbing a comic and then bringing it home and opening it up and flipping through the pages and looking through the artwork and just seeing
that
the just
experience.
yeah, just seeing the time they took to draw these things and
Yeah.
ink them, and it's and then the stories, like some of the stories are just like
Amazing.
like there's times I'm sitting in my recliner chair downstairs and I'm reading the story and then you get to the part where it like just blows your mind and there's times I'm like, oh, and I you know, like the recliner's up like this, my feet are up and I hit it down, I stand up, I'm like, holy shit, my wife's like, what's going on? I'm like, this story's amazing!
Yeah. it
Like
happens,
Batman
man.
just did this!
So I figured I'd try to keep us up to date on some of the stuff going on at Comic Con.
Yeah.
And
Jeez,
this doesn't really have anything to do with Comic Con, but apparently an Ironheart script has surfaced online, and people are wondering if maybe that's going to be the successor to Tony Stark's Iron Man.
Yeah, there's been
Like Ironheart, like the
Riri Williams.
Yeah, everyone. Ever since we knew that Robert Downey Jr. contract was coming out,
what do you think of
ending.
Riri Williams?
Me personally,
Yeah, what
I thought it was
you
different.
liked it?
It was all that's all a new generation.
I did
that
like
was to get younger people. Younger
I did
people
like
reading.
Doctor Doom in the Iron Man suit.
Infamous Iron Man.
Oh,
Such an
man.
amazing
Oh
storyline.
my god.
Doctor Doom.
In the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, makes his own Iron Man suit, and he just goes around. He's a good guy now. He's just like he proclaims it. I'm a good guy,
I have it over there somewhere.
and he goes around and he goes around just doing
Yeah.
good job, good hero
Good
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
And then you learn about I didn't know Doctor Doom had I didn't know his mother. Like his
Yeah.
mother is like this magical being.
yeah. It meets you get a lot
Doctor
of
Doom
get
is
a lot
an
of his
underrated character, man. Like people don't understand. Doctor Doom is menacing.
Yeah, well, he's underrated only due to the Fantastic Four movie though. But like if
They
you're
don't they don't know his magical. Like he has
Yeah.
magical powers, guys. He can pretty much make himself invincible
yeah.
if you think about it.
He's really talented. But he does what is it called? It's
With the force field thing he does.
no, it's when you use when it's application of tech and magic. It's like technomancer or something like that.
Technomancer.
Yeah, something like that. But like he's
That sounds pretty metal.
he's a very hardcore person. Like Doctor Doom is just a good character in general.
I know Jose at
Epic?
That's his favorite villain.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he's.
Yeah, I think he told me that. I think he told me that too. Yeah.
Too bad he's not watching us right now.
He might be. You don't know. Hey, Jose.
What's up, Jose?
So I got this. Okay, so there's a description of the Venom footage. Apparently, is not ready to be officially released. So that's why they're not releasing it today. But there is a breakdown of what happened in the trailer. You guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is from MovieWeb.com. As we've been told, Venom does not connect to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Based on the footage that was just showcased, there's probably a good reason for that. Per this description from ComicBook.com, this isn't at all in line with the tone that's been established by Marvel Studios over in the MCU. And it says, Eddie Brock enters a convenience store. He knows the lady here. She says he looks like shit. He's not feeling well. She suggested to him previously that he meditate. At home, he puts a disc in his DVD player and while laying on the floor meditates. Flashes of him running through the woods kick in. He smacks his face on the couch. He pounds pills. He looks unwell and calls someone to say he's feeling very sick. He awakens startled. Later, he walks through an alley and sees Venom in the reflection of a car window before being flung against a wall. Riz Ahmed's character rules that human beings are disposable. Man and symbiote combined is the future. He tests one on a man who has been out of shape violently. Eddie is tested later. As a result, he brutally beats men in his apartment with Venom's help. His motorcycle is sandwiched by cars, but Venom holds them off. What are you doing, man?
It's Venom, bro.
Some of this was teased in the previous trailer, but word out of SDCC is that this was much more interesting footage that paints the movie in a much better light. Tom Hardy reportedly gets downright brutal when it comes to his confrontations with bad guys in the upcoming comic book flick. He takes out a bunch of guys with what can only be described as symbiote axes, and he straight up bites a guy's head off.
What?
Venom tells Eddie his previous life is over. Eddie doesn't want to just hurt people. Venom emerges and talks to Eddie face to face. After Eddie's body is bent and broken, Venom heals him and stands 10 feet tall. He holds a man up and licks his face. Ahmed's character is proud of his creation. Action scenes flash by. Eddie starts to come around on the power. His gal seems concerned about that. A woman throws spikes out of her bag and into civilians at a market. Venom's arms turn into giant axes, and he wipes out a slew of enemies. More action scenes. Venom fights Ahmed's symbiote counterpart.
Yeah, which is Riot. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Venom threatens to eat a man's face off his head who is bothering the woman in the convenience store. When he asks, "What the hell are you?" Half the face disappears and Eddie and Venom say, "We are Venom." Then he eats his head. Eddie emerges and says goodnight to the woman.
Well, that's how you do it.
Venom arrives in theaters October 5th.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what to think. I mean, obviously they're going for just like the horror Venom aspect. But I mean, my whole life, like I never really focused on the Venom standalone stuff. It's always been Spider-Man and Venom.
I'll tell you now, right now, if you want a good Venom story, you read the Venom that just started coming out on comics. It's fucking badass.
I just
Bad
thought of something
ass.
because you said that Venom, they're making him more of like an,
Anti,
you know, like I mean, which he is. He's always, well, I mean, he's a villain, always a villain, but yeah, there's times where he's an anti-hero. But you had said, dang, I forgot what you just said, the word you used.
It was on horror.
Yeah, more of a horror. So, like, I was thinking, what if they announce, what if they announce at the end of DC, Spawn? The end of the DC thing.
They could.
Interesting.
I
I
still-
didn't even think about that.
I still want Legion. Legion.
A Legion movie?
No, Legion of Doom.
Oh, Legion. Okay, I was about to say. I was like,
Christ.
yeah, Spawn.
Have you
Interesting.
read any of the new Venom comics then?
I read the first one. I'm pretty sure I read.
Dude,
Pretty sure I read a couple after that.
I don't even have it with me right now. There's
But I read it. I read like the first couple issues of all the new revamps.
the third
Very
issue that the new one just came out with. It just came out last week. Dude, like,
it's good,
I
ladies
sent
and
Zach
gentlemen.
a picture of this guy that's in like basically like the god of all Venoms, or like the leader or the king of all Venoms, and he looks like what would you say he looks like, Zach? Like
He looks like a mixture of Venom and
Count Dracula.
like Dracula. Yeah.
Dude,
A little bit of Spawn in there.
Yeah.
A little bit of I
When
would say
he-
like Hell.
yeah, when he turns into like when like the symbiote, like he turns into like the, you know, like if say like Venom turns in symbiotes. So say like Venom turns like this, right? His character when the black gets on him, he turns into a giant dragon. Okay, and then when he's not a dragon, he's like just this menacing looking guy. I don't know if Zach has a picture of it.
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Oh, dude, it's like the story is so cool. He basically scared the symbiote off.
Okay.
He basically scared the symbiote off of Eddie Brock. And it like
A sword.
he screamed at him. Like Eddie Brock had the venom symbiote on him, and he got it to his face and he screamed at Eddie Brock, and the symbiote just flew off his body, and then like slithered to him. And he's like, "Oh, I see you've been humanized. Let me fix you." And he like screams at him again and like does a couple things, and you see like the symbiote like get real evil looking, and then the next scene was that he's like the Lord of Symbiotes. Dude, the book is amazing. Like the first issue, the second issue, and then this third issue is like, I got Jose hooked on it.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
Jose,
think I know I read the first issue, but I'm gonna have to pick that up. That sounds good.
it's
Sounds
really cool, man. Well, the third issue, he's fighting Miles Morales. Venom is fighting Miles Morales, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Miles Morales is like getting his ass beat, and next thing you know, he like does like a move where I guess he has something in his hand or like some concoction in his hand where he calls it the Venom Blast. And he made it some kind of concoction where he hits Venom in the face or whatever, like does something where it blows him up or stuns him. So when this giant dragon, which is the Lord of Symbiotes, is attacking the city, they go and try to take him down. And he throws Miles Morales into the dragon's mouth, and he blows him up. But the guy like you see this guy morph out of the dragon, and he's like, "Oh, I think you forgot something." He's holding Miles Morales by the head, and he's like, he throws him to Venom, and that's when the whole thing goes from there.
This sounds really good.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Because I was at the store and I was like, Jose, have you read this villain yet? He's like, no. I gave him issue 1. You're sitting there reading it. He's like, holy shit, this is good as hell. So check out Venom if you guys get a chance. When you get you pumped to see Venom, I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I'm still not sold. Still not sold.
Until I eat symbiotes.
Symbiotes.
Symbiotes. That's what I'm gonna eat tomorrow morning when I wake up. Symbiotes.
We've been studying the symbiote. But, oh god.
You got that or strawberry sneakers
Strawberry Smeagol's.
or eye holes.
Could you see? All right, so Zach we were talking about the guy that plays Smeagol or Golem.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly
Voice
being-
actor?
The guy that.
Or you're talking about? Oh, sorry, my mind went to Pokemon.
Gotta catch him out, Golem.
Hitmonchan.
I am Frodo. I'm here to
Andy-
catch everything.
Andy Serkis.
Claw. You
Yeah.
This is Claw.
be the Penguin.
Because it's the same guy who directed Planet of the Apes. The War for Planet of the Apes. Like the,
It's doing the Batman.
and because Andy Serkis was so prominent in that, I feel like if he
I
were
could see that
bring it
now.
back,
I could see that.
if you wanted to do the Penguin in a different, more sinister sort of like a
Yeah.
crime boss way, rather than the mutated flipper trick version,
Hey, you want to see a flipper trick?
bite your nose off,
And have like penguins with like fireworks on their back.
yeah. That's
That penguin creeped me the hell out, dude. I'm sorry.
I mean, that was
Link says, "Hey, they say, why are you reversed this time?"
You changed the camera.
yeah,
The camera before it was like the screen facing us.
Where we
Now
can-
it's the back facing.
yeah,
us.
where we can like we turned it around. Basically, like
Yeah.
it was facing us.
we
So
can see ourselves before, and
yeah.
now we're just looking
Now-
at an Apple logo.
Yeah.
Hi, Apple.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Apple. I wish. What's up, Link?
Yeah, how's it going, bro? But yeah, like what I want to see from a penguin is I want to see the kind of penguin that we got in the Arkham games, where he's very much seated in the criminal underground.
Yeah.
Could all right. I was when you were telling me about this, and I've seen them from the Arkham game. What if they did? Because you know how like the steampunk stuff. What if they did like they embedded like a monocle into his face?
Well, that's what they did in the Arkham games.
Did they?
that's-
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
pretty much-
I didn't see
the
like
bottom
his.
of a glass bottle.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, that would be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Who did that to him? My mind says it's Zaz because I remember
Who's
when
that?
you're doing the phone calls and Zaz is telling those stories, and one of the stories is he's playing a poker game with Penguin, and he got like mad or something.
Look at that. Your
I
mind
think it
has been
was- I think it was
blown.
Zaz.
I missed that completely. What? I don't know if I can take that out.
Because he's playing, because when you're doing the, Zaz is the guy who cuts, tattoos himself for every person he kills. He's like all
Oh, I
tattooed
don't know.
and stuff.
That's
No?
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He
that
uses
character.
knives and he kills people, and every time he kills somebody, he cuts a little dash mark, and he's covered head to toe in dashes.
Yeah.
that's
Like because he's
cool.
like, that's what he does, is
Okay.
kill people.
Yeah.
What was that one character? Calendar Man. You know Calendar Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's part of our. We'll get you involved in that eventually. We have a.
He's like, I don't even know where to put him on, like, level.
Original Calendar Man, hilarious. Newer version, terrifying.
The one in the games?
Yeah.
No. I mean, like even like after the games came out, like the like the ones that they put in the comics.
Oh yeah, Calendar
When he,
Man
like,
comics, yeah.
I've
like,
been
he, like,
reborn.
Gets old and dies, and then like crawls like alien style out of his old corpse, fresh. Ugh.
Yeah. No, we have a thing where we do a villain versus villain. We started off doing DC versus Marvel villain.
Okay.
And we basically
Super fun.
we pick villain. Well, I'm not gonna do it, but we pick villains and to go against each other, like versus whatever.
Yeah.
And then we come up with a scenario what would happen in that.
Okay.
So Zach has a couple of videos. They will be eventually put out.
Yeah.
So they're very
It
funny.
takes some time.
And then eventually we can get John involved on it, and I think the scenarios will be even like
Yeah.
10 times funnier.
Hypothetical fights between
Yes.
not so great characters.
So like, let's say like Condiment King versus
the kangaroo.
Kangaroo from Spider-Man, right?
Wow.
So we would come,
Epic fight.
so we'd come up with like, I'd be like, oh, the kangaroo, his family like was driving down, you know, like in Australia,
Driving
down under, and they hit a rock and the baby falls out. Kangaroo, you know, he falls out into a kangaroo pouch, learns the ways of the kangaroo, and then becomes the kangaroo. Okay, and then his would be Condiment King.
Parents driving along, fell out, landed in the ketchup factory.
Or we had one guy. What was it? Turn the century.
Oh, Turner D. Century.
yeah,
What a name, you know. But
yeah, good stuff.
But yeah. So anyway, that'll be out eventually. But yeah, I think for if they're gonna do a penguin, like my favorite version of the penguin ever is the one from the '60s, played by Burgess Meredith, with the cigarette and everything.
Yeah.
A little
Because
monocle on
when I
the,
think
guess,
of-
monocle.
When I think of the penguin, I almost think of almost like a Dick Tracy villain, where he's like he's a mobster named the Penguin.
Well, what
he's
if-
not like a mutant living in the sewers.
Well, what if the are the Birds of Prey? That's the villain in Birds of Prey. 'Cause
See, I think that's more like.
he could have his giant vulture or his condor he had, like from Batman animated. That he called. I forget what the vulture's name was. Do you remember the vulture's name?
No, not at the moment.
I think it was like a turkey vulture. or
favorite-
something. I forget what he called it.
I think
but it was cool.
I think my favorite adaptation of the Penguin has to be. I mean, outside of the games, it would have to be Penguin from the Batman,
Oh, yeah,
from the kids WB show.
yeah, I mean,
Animated Batman.
Yeah, the Batman.
Yeah, he was funny. He was, you know,
Oh,
he was like a play on the '60s version, but a little more serious.
yeah.
and that's the guy that had the, like I said, he had the big turkey vulture that.
Yeah,
flew
he had
around.
the vulture. Yeah,
and he
I
was
don't
like-
remember. I don't know.
I
I
forget
don't
his
remember the name. Yeah, but he had the.
And it would always
that,
attack Batman.
And he had the two geisha women
Oh,
with the sharp claws.
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
that
yeah,
was-
yeah. Oh, Batman anime is so good, so good. I watch it. By the way, I just got Amazon not so long ago.
Yeah.
I've been watching that nonstop.
Well, the Batman or Batman animated?
Batman
Okay,
animated.
so
No,
old school
old
Batman.
school.
Yeah, okay. Because the Batman, the one I'm talking about, is a
Different.
those, yeah,
Okay.
very different.
But in animated, he did have the vulture or the condor or whatever.
Yeah.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
There was one episode he did where he stole this like helicopter in the animated Batman animated, and it was like a helicopter that could be cloaked, and Batman couldn't find it or whatever, so he had to figure out a way to get him out of this helicopter because it was dangerous for Penguin to be in it. And he had these pirates and stuff.
Batman the animated series is by far like just the greatest superhero working over.
And you said they're redoing it for the DC streaming universe, Zach?
is that?
They're redoing Batman animated for that? Or
You're
like-
kind of like making it more like a 4K HD version.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, with that, I mean, it wasn't originally done in like widescreen. It was done for like a full screen TV
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little different. Like they might have to cut some parts off, like top to bottom. You know.
Yeah.
Hello?
Might be just a little complicated.
You're,
Or my dog, my cat. Try to get him.
uh,
Snowflake. The male cat.
but yeah, I mean, this, yeah, Batman animated series, like,
It's so
it's
good.
just magical. It was a great, just a great.
All the
great
storylines. You know, one of my favorite, like, and it's probably very underrated for the storyline is the one where he goes and fights the Sewer King. I like that one.
I vaguely remember that. I gotta rewatch it. I've been meaning to rewatch
That
it.
character is so cool. Like the Sewer King.
I really like I love Batman animated series because it's the classic, you know,
Yeah.
Batman Adventures. But I don't know. There's something. Oh, and Batman Brave and the Bold was good too.
I never watched that.
Yo,
That was a good-
if you like Adam West, but like a kind of more serious Adam West, like that can't be, you know.
Like silliness.
Yeah, but like a little more serious though. Yeah, Batman Brave and the Bold is the show for you.
Did you say you said 'cause I think it's out now, but Superman Death of Superman.
Death of Superman. Yeah, yeah.
You said you saw it and it
Yeah,
was
it was
good.
great.
I watched it like 2-3 times.
Really?
It was
Wow,
amazing.
okay. I gotta see
Like it was really, really good. All the comic book references are there. The fight scene between Doomsday and Superman is just
He's wearing a suit,
Wow.
right? Like the biological looking suit.
yeah, the lab suit. Yeah, his
Or the lab suit with the
prisoner's
goggles.
suit. Yeah, I don't remember the name for that.
And then as he's getting beat up, like
yeah,
it's
it's
literally
coming off.
tearing
Yeah,
away.
it's
Comic
just
accurate,
like
right?
that. Yeah, it's so good. DC does so well. When
Well,
it
they
comes to
did.
their
They
animated
did
films.
they did a Death of Superman animated movie before.
Yeah, from way back when.
It
But
was-
this
It was
is
almost wasn't it like Superman animated based like
yeah, kind of. It was like the older drawing and
Yeah.
like style. But this
that's-
one,
That's the one he dies.
yeah,
That's what I'm telling you, where he dies, Zach, and he
Dude.
and Darkseid comes down and he like becomes part of Darkseid's team, and then he basically does it to trick Darkseid to destroy Darkseid. Yeah, he has like the long hair. Remember in that one, he had the long hair,
yeah.
the black suit,
I vaguely remember.
and he's
the
fighting
name.
like the Justice League, and they're like, holy shit, well, this guy's like, well, I don't know how we're gonna stop this guy. He's like invincible. And then he ends up turning coats and like beating up Darkseid and all that stuff. It was cool. Like that would be a cool storyline.
Death of Superman. Is something
If they did a Death of Superman Man of Steel movie, that version, I know they can't do it now with not having Doomsday, but
Well, I mean, well, yeah, because they did it.
they kind of mixed,
Yeah,
they kind of mixed it in there.
Yeah,
and then with Justice League,
yeah.
because they like actually that's that's why it's one of my favorite scenes in Justice League when he's fighting all of them. That's what happens in Death of Superman. From that movie, he's fighting all of them just like that in front of the monument that they had for Superman.
There's always an episode
Dude,
where
it, like,
Superman.
It was
ends up-
amazing.
There's always an episode of Superman fighting like a league or something.
And I wasn't I wasn't a huge Superman fan necessarily, but there's certain times I like him. Like
Yeah, I don't really like. Superman's a dope character. I respect him, but I don't really like Superman. At least not the basic Superman, like Clark Kent Superman. I like the other variations of Superman. Like I like Superboy Prime. I like Superman Prime.
Well, did you?
I like Super. I like.
Let me grab this.
I love Superman X from the cartoon, The Legion of Superheroes. Superman, The Legion of Superheroes. That is my.
Let me grab this and we'll put this on screen since Al gave this to us for the show. A Tony Daniel. Is it Tony Daniel?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Tony Daniels.
Artwork. So John might be able to tell us more, some of the characters that are in here. So you can see from the backside, John.
Maybe, yeah.
Zach said this is, what was his name, Zach?
Hell.
Hell.
Yeah,
Starry
yeah,
hair.
H-E, comma L.
Yeah.
Or
Metal Superman.
Yeah.
Lex
So you
Luthor.
got Bizarro, Darkseid, Lex, Brainiac, Raish.
Is that
I'm assuming
Metallo?
that is Metallo, yeah.
Okay. And who's this?
That would be General Zod's girl. if I
Oh
remember.
yeah.
Pharaoh.
Okay, who's this?
I'm assuming that's Lois.
Lois.
Yeah.
Canary.
Uh,
Or was that another?
I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not quite sure.
Who's this old man?
Could be O Sensei.
O Sensei?
Yeah.
Who's O Sensei?
Or if you go strange. O Sensei is like this old school dope, like
So
like martial artist. Like that dude's nasty.
as you guys see here, this is Tony Daniels. He's right now currently drawing Damage.
Yes.
So
Drawing and writing, right?
and writing, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a super, I'm currently reading it. It's a cool book. If you guys don't like, Damage, I understand, but this is his artwork. It's super cool. So thanks to Al from Epic. Thanks, Al.
Yeah. Tony S. Daniels is
Yeah.
an amazing artist. You've probably
Seen some of his stuff
like
somewhere.
seen and read his artwork. Like the man's everywhere. He does like he does everything pretty much. really big into Batman. If you read Batman books, you've more than
Probably
likely
seen it,
you came across his artwork. There's there's Stanley Lau, who we were talking about before. There's Tony S. Daniel. There's I'm trying to remember his name. I'm drawing a blank right now. But some of my newer favorite artists would be for sure Art Germ.
Art Germ.
Yeah, Art Germ.
I'm not sure of these. I don't know if they've seen
There's Art Germ. I'm just drawing a blank right now.
You're
These
good.
names.
Also, guys, I don't know if you saw this from when we went to MegaCon, or not. Yeah, MegaCon, right?
Mhm.
Me and Zach. This right here. From art from JP. This one right here that I'm holding up. If you can see it here. Thor Ragnarok, and he actually sent this image to Chris Hemsworth, and then the director.
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, and he sent them shirts, and they wore it, and they sent. They actually had a Instagram post of them wearing the shirts, so super cool. And then on the other side here, check that out. Like a Mad Max version of Mario Kart. So that's another image he has. You can check out his stuff by Art by JP on his website, and he has a lot of other cool stuff on there. So go check that out. We're hopefully gonna have him and maybe a couple other artists on our show eventually to do some interviews. So. Zach looks like he's about to pass out.
Yeah, I'm getting tired. All this hype had to run out sometime.
What are we at?
Oh, like 2 hours in, if that's what you're asking. I think.
What time is it?
12. Started at like 10 something.
Nice. So we're at 4 people watching. Nice. Alright, well, you guys want to call it a night for now?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. It's up to you guys.
It's up to you guys.
It's up to you, man. If you're tired, man, I'm ready to ride. So
I'm about done for today. To be honest.
Zach.
But we're gonna be streaming all day tomorrow,
Yeah.
intermittently, so we got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow.
Christopher says have a good night.
See ya, Chris.
You too, man.
Thanks for watching.
I'm sorry, I love you guys. I'm just so tired. I'm so tired.
They're like, we can go all night. No, I want you guys to get some sleep so then you can get on tomorrow and watch this stream. Me and Zach will be on tomorrow. This guy right here has to work.
Yep.
If he can make it, he'll come over. But if not, you'll have me and Zach.
I will try.
Definitely. For sure. Alright, guys.
Yeah, stop on Arda Beverages. We serve food. I will cook for you.
Oh, hello.
Okay.
Stop on by.
Step on by.
So hopefully you liked everything tonight. Tomorrow we'll definitely have some more stuff to talk about. Definitely Aquaman.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about that.
I believe the DC panel starts at, noon? Around
Okay.
noon? Give or take, yeah. I mean, like 12:30 or something like that. So that's something that we'll start, like, having things kind of drop, and news will start coming out for that kind of stuff. So
Cool.
hopefully we'll be able to start streaming around that time.
Noonish.
Probably around noonish, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
keep
everybody's
your-
able to watch.
yeah, keep your window open. Jump over and watch us, and we'll talk and nerd out.
Heck yeah.
Nerd out.
Alright, well, I've been Zach.
I'm John.
Are you sure?
No, there was no
Wait,
question
I'm
mark.
John. No, I'm Ryan. This is a fresh cup of comics, unfiltered.
Just caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that.
I'm sorry. Anyways, we'll catch you guys next Friday with John, and then we'll catch you tomorrow on Saturday's live stream. So
Yeah.
Comic-Con edition.
Oh man. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.
Yep,
See you
have a
next
nice
time.
night.
Maybe I'll Twitch later or something. I don't know. Whatever. See ya.
See you.
Ugh.